Fantastic. 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 Fantastic.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Y'all know the deal, man. Like and share, like and share, like and share. So we get this thing out everywhere. There's anywhere in the world could be, but so be right here with me, the BABGOG. And I appreciate you to pull up on me, man. What's going on? Let me go ahead and apologize in advance, okay? Because I am watching this damn game as I do this. But I had to go ahead and jump on it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Being that the information is out here now. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hit the like button for me, hit the like button for me, hit the like button for me. Okay. To Hootie Rob, man. We're gonna explain this to him today, right? And niggas ought to be happy, right? Because they love bringing up the juxtaposition. Well, nobody wants to talk about white on white crime. Nobody, this ain't white on white crime. Okay. I'm officially saying this, okay? And the media is purposely running away from this. And even white people are afraid to say this, and nobody's saying this. And maybe people haven't noticed this, but I doubt it. I know for sure they've noticed it, right? But remember when they had this, stop, and let me be clear, I got to preface this, okay? This by no way, shape, form, or fashion is to promote hate, harm, danger, violence against the LGBT community. I am simply making an observation in the very, very small population that the LGBTQ represents. And now you have an open representation in mass shootings or, political shootings and all these different things, right? That's the problem that nobody's talking about, okay? This dude right here had a transitioning partner, a trans partner roommate. Okay. He had a trans partner roommate. They talking about no motive and all this other shit, bro. Again, this is how and why do I have the DSM-5 in there? Because the DSM-5 is when they completely, totally remove homosexuality as any type of mental illness from the DSM manual. Okay. Shout out to Chronicles of Judah. The LGBT, everything is rooted in pederasty. All right. If you go back, and I'm going to bring it up here, but it was a lot. I'm not saying most, but a substantial number of the people, both men and women in the LGBT community, okay, suffer some type of childhood sexual trauma. Okay. This is a conversation that nobody, and we have allowed this. Okay. The wants of the few should never outweigh the needs of the many. I'm going to say this again. The wants okay, of the few should never outweigh the needs of the many. And somehow, some way, we've allowed straight people to become the enemy. We've allowed straight people to become the motherfucking punching bag. We've allowed straight people to have to shut the fuck up and bow down and acknowledge 52 genders and call people by pronouns and all this other shit. When again, without straight people, there'll be no non-straight people. Okay? Without straight people, there be no non-straight people. And nobody's speaking about how time after time after time again, we're having these extremist people that are part of the LGBT community, right? That are targeting straight people and children because of their frustrations and mental illness. Again, I'm simply calling it a mental illness, be to the point, in fact, the matter that the DSM manuals called it that, but because of political and money and, you know, agenda fucking reasons, is being removed. We need to get the shit put back in the fucking DSM manual. Clearly, whether it's what gender dysphoria or whatever you want to call it, so on and so forth, and the LGBT as a whole, all right, there has to be some level, okay, of mental illness in this for that group and demographic. Y'all want to talk about the white folks? Cool, they white, but the white part ain't the important part. The part about them, child, a piece of my mind. Exactly. Listen, you always gonna be Bruce to me. A man is a man is a man is a man is a man. I don't give a fuck how much makeup he put on, how many wigs, a dress, a skirt, or whatever. I see that motherfucking beard and mustache motherfucking combo. You are sir to me. You're not gonna make me play your stupid little games. And if there's anything that needs to change immediately, is that. Just how y'all got rid of DEI and got DEI up out of here and so on and so forth, this identity politics shit has to go. There has to be a staunch, immediately hard fucking line drawn in the sand and be like, hey, you can do what you want, but you can't make me motherfucking believe what you believe and play your fucking game. Especially now that we see there's an overrepresentation of violence from these people. Oh, well, you know, and I'm gonna show you this shit to show you just how much Google can't be trusted. None of this shit can be trusted because they're gonna make them out to be the victim, right? But nobody is talking about, again, the over representation in all this motherfucking murder, bro. Nobody gonna talk about it. They be trying to hide the manifestos and shit. You gotta depend on somebody, these conservative fucking people to get the shit purposely. You know why? Again, because no police station wants to be, you know, hey man, you know. So all you motherfuckers are celebrating this shit, right? This wasn't even done for political reasons as much as, okay, interception, goddamn. Let's go. Damn, don't hurt him, nigga. Shit. With a minute left, we can at least get a field goal, if not run it back. Cool. Hit the like button. Yeah, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Oh, let's see what P got to say. I don't believe they're women, but they want to be called Michelle instead of Michael. I call them the name they want to be go by, but they still a man and don't belong in the women's bathroom. Well, no, Tia P, baby, you can't do that. So Tia P, let me see. When a person is being delusional, you have to deny the entire delusion. You can't accept part of it and then, you know what I'm saying, denounce the other part. It has to be all or nothing. So I'm not saying that you're deliberately doing this, but that's a part of the problem. That mentality is a part of the problem. It's like, no, you're a man. Okay. Now I get the point of, like, you know what I'm saying? If you legally change your name and so on and so forth, all this other shit, so on and so forth, I'm not going to call you. If you are a man standing right in front of me, I'm not calling you fucking Angela. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I have no reason to motherfucking call you by your first name for the most part in any way. All right. But the problem is making when it comes to that shit, that's less than 1%, by the way. So we're gonna focus namely or specifically on the T part of it, right? The transitioners, the transmissioners, you know, that's less than 1% of the population. Yet you had the last administration trying to write executive orders for protections and laws and all this other shit for those people. That's problematic. Boy, you almost threw that away, boy. That was so stupid. Just get out of bounds and get the first down. Yeah, bro. Nick Hawkins with a oh hell Megatron. Yeah, one of those, bro. A goddamn Decepticon. Right? A goddamn Decepticon, bro. King Picks, bro. I think Canelo going. I don't want to say Canelo gonna stop him, but I really do believe Canelo gonna stop him, bro. Because Canelo not just doing this for money. This is like kind of like disrespect, but they offered him so much money, bro. He couldn't turn it down. But I think this is gonna be Bud's, and I'm not wishing it, but just bro, I thought about Canelo fought Bivol, bro. Just for perspective, if you didn't see the Bivol Canelo fight before this fight tonight, watch the Bivol fight, right, bro? Canelo never took a knee. Canelo never fucking fell or stumbled or whatever. He took them stiff ass jabs, bro, the whole fight. He lasted the whole fight. Do you know the amount of fucking endurance and power you got to have for that? And everybody knows Canelo's a pressure fighter. So if you can't keep Canelo off you, bro, it's gonna be a long night. And he punching them arms too. He gonna wear them arms down. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, exactly. But King Picks, it was by a light heavyweight. He got his ass whooped the whole fight, and he didn't get stopped. Jesus Christ, we turn it right back over, bro. Come on, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. Jesus, why would you gamble like that? Was he out of bounds? Hopefully, he was out of bounds. Hopefully, he was out of bounds, and hopefully, it was fucking pass interference. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem here. This is way bigger than politics, right? This is literally the foundation of humanity, family, human existence that's under attack at this point. Because if you promote family, you promote man and woman, right? Even marriage part of it, right? If you promote traditional relationships, bro, we all at risk now. What up, bro? We all at risk. And nobody is talking about, let's just look at it, right? You see what I got in the thing, trans mass shooters. Look at this shit, right? A tiny fraction of mass shootings have been committed by transgender people, while the vast majority have been carried out by cisgender men, right? The fact that we even using this cisgender bullshit, bro. No, a man. Okay? Biological man. There's no such thing as a cisgender man. It's a fucking man. Claims suggest that transgender people are frequently mass shooters are false and have been called out by misinformation by fact checkers and researchers. No. That's fucking impossible. If you have less than 1% of the population, all right, and of note, I think it's been like maybe 4 or 5 of those shootings, you have to fucking assess it to the percentage of trans people that exist to the amount of fucking of mass shootings they participate in, or you know, public fucking purposeful shootings and school attacks and shit. I don't know how to qualify that, right? No, this is more they're telling you about the fucking agenda right here. If we divide the number of actual people that are trans, which again is less than 1% of the fucking population, and then we juxtapose that with how many mass shootings do we have per year? It's not that many. Let's look it up. Hold on. Let's look it up. Mass shootings per year. Mass shootings per year. Hold on. Shootings per year. Okay. All right. So listen. Hold on. I gotta share this shit. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay. Listen, this is by Statista, by the way. So let's look at this, right? Let's look at this shit in real time now. Let me enlarge this a little bit. Hold on, let me move this over here. Okay, cool. All right, put a one in the chat if y'all can see this. Y'all can see this, correct? Y'all can see the numbers and everything, cool? Well, yeah, I can just highlight it, right? So y'all know I can see it now. So look, let's see. So they say there were 2 mass shootings in 2024. 2, 2024. 2025, 4. 2023, 12. 2022, 12. So if we just go by this very, very small number of mass shootings where the highest number has ever been 12, right? The highest number has ever been 12. Of course, we want to go back all over the thing. No, let's focus on the recent. Let's focus on the now. Let's focus on the last 5 years. How is that not an overrepresentation for less than 1% of the fucking population? If less than 1% of the population, see, nobody wants to do this per capita work right here. And one of you mathematicians out here, help us out, man. But you know what? Even if you did the work, I understand it. It's not, they're going to kill it. It's never going to see the light of day. It's never going viral. They're not going to let it. Because then you be, you know what I'm saying, tearing down some much bigger shit. For a group of people, and black people, we should take this personal, and we should be the progenitors and the pushers of this and the promoters, right? PPP, nigga. All right? This is a PPP that you can't motherfucking go to jail for. All right? Because they love using the per capita excuse and explanation for black people, white people. Now I'm talking to y'all. Are y'all gonna talk about the fucking per capita for the LGBT community and the T people specifically? Mind you, it's fucked up. The stupid niggas is out here celebrating Charlie Kirk's fucking murder. Cool, fine. Hey, I don't fuck with them niggas. They dumb, right? But your beef is not with us. And this ain't some motherfucking plead or none of this shit either. Oh, you scared of the white man. No, you stupid motherfucker. I'm looking at the large picture, okay? It's either y'all are unaware or you're scared. You're either unaware or you're scared to address the actual fucking issue and problem, which again is the overrepresentation of the LGBT community in recent mass shootings, killings of children. Now, to take it away from the racial part, now all straight people should have an issue and problem with this. If you are a straight person that has a child that attends school, that's public or private, because these public schools have been shot up, private schools have been shot up. You should be calling this shit out. Instead of white and black people going at each other and all this other shit, so on and so forth, this ought to be all straight people being like, hey, bro, this is a fucking problem. We need to adjust. We need to fucking address it. This is a problem that the straight people need to be like, hey, man, need to stop talking about this fucking bullshit, the 13% and the 50%. What about the motherfucking less than 1%? And I don't even know what the percentage is of these mass shootings over the last fucking 5 years. Again, I would love for y'all to goddamn do the numbers on this. Somebody. Because over the last 5 years, we're looking at what? This is 2025. So let's go back to 2020. 2020 had 2. 2021, 6. That's 8. 2022, that's 12. That's 20. 2024, 12. That's 32. 2024, 2. That's 34. And 2025, 4. That's 36. I think, well, let me see. Now let me go back to this. Right? You said on Mike Pekin. Oh, shit, I was arguing with niggas last night. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, is it good now? Check. Check. It should be a lot better now. Should be a lot better now. Check. You said up a little bit. Cool. Let's see. Check. I think we good now. Good now? We should be good now. Okay. So what we say, 36, right? We was at 36. We're at 36 mass shootings over the last 5 years, correct? And actually, let's add what's 2019. 2019 was 10, so 46. I think the one they said was 2019. So let's go back to 2019 because I think the first one they're gonna talk about is like 2019, and so we'll just start there. So 46. So now let's stop sharing this, and let me put this in the chat, y'all, so we'll have it, right? That's in the chat, so we always be able to come back to it. And where we at? Oh, here, yeah. Go back to this. Salute the TMBR in the building, man. Shout out. Here we go. Cool. All right. Add the page. Okay. So there's examples cited in online discussions. Prominent cases involving transgender or non-binary perpetrators that are frequently mentioned online include Nashville, Tennessee in 2023. Audrey Hale, who police identify as transgender, killed 6 people at a Christian elementary school. Trans killing children, 2023. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 2025. Robin Westman, identified as transgender, killed 2 children at a Catholic school. That's 8 kids. All right. Colorado Springs, 2022. The perpetrator of the Q Club nightclub shooting, Anderson Lee Aldrich, also identified as non-binary in court documents, but this has been disputed. Okay. Highland Ranch, Colorado, 2019. Alec McKinney, a transgender teenager, was involved in a school shooting that killed 1 person. America, why are we not talking about this? American straight people, why are we not talk about this? Shout out to TMBR in the building, man. Greatly appreciate you, brother. For the 5. Donate. This shit ain't easy, man. I appreciate you, bro. Hey, Link, I was looking for that one. The one in Orlando shooting that happened at that club, the LGBT club. I'm pretty sure that was an LGBT person. Let me see something. Appreciate you, bro, for saying that. Because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why is that one not in there? Hold on, let me see. Club shooting. Post. That was 2016. Oh no, that was a terrorist attack. That's why. I think that was terrorist. They linking him. He was Arab. Yeah, so they said the deadliest terrorist attack since 9/11. So no, that wasn't that was the that was the Taliban. That was the Taliban. That's why. Now let's go to this, right? This is what I be telling y'all, man. Listen, this shit is a whole lot deeper than the surface, bro. What? Why are you scared to address the white people? It's the racial thing. All this trans and feminism is because of whites. No, bro. No, it has nothing. No, see, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Y'all get too worried about white people, bro. Y'all gotta let this shit go. The white people are not the problem. Okay? It's the LGBT and trans people that are the problem in this situation, bro. Okay? Those people specifically identify as their sexuality before anything else. Remember, I was saying about that with Don Lemon and what's the other nigga that's always the super duper black gay dude that's like the representative. He be wearing hats and dresses and shit. The old gay dude, what's his name? They identify as their sexuality, then race. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, what are we talking about, bro? Yeah, like again, brother. That's the reason why I'm talking about this. This is not a white or a black thing. This is a straight and non-straight thing at this point. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about the fact of the matter that out of the last, 2019, 40 some killings, we've had what, 5 of them be people that are less than 1% of the population? Billy Porter, there we go. Yeah, Billy Porter and shit, right? Yeah. And specifically just how much we know young black boys are being infected and affected by this community and the ideology. Black people specifically, man, you should have an issue and problem with this because again, we've been definitely, but let's see. Homosexuality was removed from the American Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, DSM, after a 1973 vote. Though the formal removal took years and some forms of pathologizing, it lingered in later versions. The removal process began with activists challenging the classification in the 1960s and culminated in the DSM-5 in 2013, which was the first edition to entirely omit any diagnostic category for sexual orientation. I just butchered that, but like, you know what I mean? A little excited, but bro, that like clockwork, man. It's sad, bro. It really is. Shout out to Stacker Star for the 10. Greatly appreciate you, bro. Key dates for removal process. 1973, the American Psychiatric Association, APA, Board of Trustees voted to remove homosexuality from the DSM, a decision confirmed by the APA membership in 1974. 1974, DSM-2, the diagnosis was replaced with sexual orientation disturbance, a category for individuals distressed by their same-sex attractions. 1980, DSM-3, the diagnosis was changed to ego dystonic homosexuality. 1987, DSM-3 version R, ego dystonic homosexuality was removed. In 2013, DSM-5, the DSM-5 included no diagnostic categories related to sexual orientation, making it the first edition without any vestiges of pathologizing it. The movement to remove homosexuality from DSM. Activism, the gay rights movement beginning in the 1960s, campaign for the removal of homosexuality from the DSM. Bro, this shit started in the 60s. This is why I say I don't understand why y'all praise Baldwin so much. James Baldwin. Not saying he was an evil person, but this is why you can never include the LGBT community. You know what I'm saying? The LGBT started activism and was doing something that's serious to get something removed as a mental illness from motherfucking medical diagnosis. At the same time that black people was trying to get equal rights. This is why you can't include them. We know what Bayard Rustin was on. Shout out to Judge Doe Brown. Bayard Rustin told a story that you will only know if you grew up around that time and in that area of Bayard Rustin being caught engaged in some type of, brotherfucker activities publicly in a car or some shit. He told the story, bro. Shout out to Cyrus. What did BLM? BLM said what? They wanted to destroy the nuclear black family. These people tell you what they're about. War has been declared on straight people by the LGBT community, bro. They saying it out loud, but everybody thinking it's a joke. And of course, I'm not saying not all, but why are there no LGBT extremists? You got white extremists, you got black extremists, you got political extremists, liberal extremists, conservative extremists. Why are there no LGBT extremists? Why does that term not even motherfucking exist? Clearly now, when we see that there's an issue and problem, undeniably. This white boy killed out of love for a man trying to become a woman. Yeah, Ian Graves. That's why I say we worried about the wrong thing. While we were trying to get equal rights, okay? Shout out, hey, Plundar. If you say that though, again, I remember I told you, I forget what it was, man. I was trying to put a thing and I told you to go after the children. This is why you have to indoctrinate the children and teach the children this at an early age, because the children become who? The children become the adults. So if you make it okay for the kids now, it'll be standard for the adults later. This is a long game, bro. Most people can't see that though. Most people don't understand that. Oh, it ain't nothing. Ain't no big deal. Love who you love. Love is love. Do what you want. Until well, no, he wanted to be one too. I haven't seen this. So Ephraim, if you have the information saying this or whatever, send me the link. I know his roommate was such. They didn't say that he wanted to be one. Yeah, Silent Sir. That's why they making it. It wasn't. It was a remember the kid they promoted with kids. This is why I got major issue and smoke with D Wade. The I think amazing something, the little white boy that they were parading around a couple of years back. Shout out to Miss Plum. This racial shit at this point, bro, is bruh, it's dumb. Not racism never gonna go anywhere, but there's much something clear as day and nefarious that's working, and nobody's talking about it, and you have to ask why. Okay, you have to ask why. Now, honestly, it could just be something that nobody ever thought about and never really wanted to point out. Right? Or maybe it's being said, it's not just being said loud enough. But this is something I thought about in this case once that news was released, and it wasn't immediately, hey, LGBT extremist. That term don't even exist. Trans rights extremist. That term doesn't even exist. And again, there's children's lives have been lost over this shit. The kids, you want to protect the kids. It ain't the guns. It's the crazy motherfuckers with the guns. Unfortunately. Now, am I saying every trans person or every LGBT person needs to have a psychological exam, right, or assessment in order to own a firearm? No, that's not what I'm saying. But the moment that there's any motherfucking message board, that there's any fucking thing of extremism talking about doing some harm to straight people or children, that shit needs to be reported, and it needs to be fucking what's the name, bro? And don't you niggas get mad because y'all was cool when it was for the goddamn Muslims. Y'all was cool with this shit. Y'all allowed it for the motherfucking Muslims now. For the Arabs, y'all had no issues, no problems. So it should be the same thing for the goddamn LGBT if it's going to save children's lives, because that seems to be their target. Their choice target audiences, you know. Research, scientific research by individuals like Alfred Kinsey. Listen, bro. Shout out to Chronicles again. Chronicles, I don't know where the hell you at, bro. And y'all, somebody hit me up the other day and said that he on Patreon. Nigga, I know, I'm subscribed. He ain't did no motherfucking Chronicles hadn't posted nothing since last year, 2024, like October sometime or some shit, bro. So Chronicles, wherever you at, bro. All right. Appreciate you. But just, bro, look up Kinsey's PDF files. You're not gonna be able to find it on YouTube, more likely than not, but you'll be able to find it on like BitChute or some other shit. Just Google it. Bro, this dude was a fucking demon. He was a demon. He took the account, he took the diary, and he took information from a man that had performed horrible acts on hundreds of children, bro. And when they asked him and pressed him like to give the information about who he was, he wouldn't give him up. for the sake of, sexual science. Fuck him. A lot of Western-based science, bro, is based on Alfred Kinsey. A lot of it. A lot, and what you come to find is a lot of these sex scientists and these psychologists that were into the sex shit, they was on the same type shit. Doing the bending and getting bent. Both of them. But you got to do the research for this shit. Somebody got to put the motherfucking bug in your ear. Pause.
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Definitely doing the bending. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Elvin Hooker. I gotta look this one up. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look it up. See what Elvin Hooker is. Evelyn Hooker. I'm tripping. Evelyn Hooker challenged the idea that homosexuality was a mental illness. So Alfred Kinsey, I know for a fact, was a demon. Without a doubt. You saying drop the link? Increased societal acceptance of homosexuality and an emphasis on cultural norms contributed to the depathologization of homosexuality, right? Let's look at this shit, bro. 1 second. Give me a second. Now listen, this is what Time is putting out here. And this is why, bro, you can't trust any of this media, man. Now, this is the alleged suspect that was turned in by his family. Okay? Right? Tyler Robinson, suspect in Charlie Kirk killing, left message with no motive. Bullshit. The message in itself was a motive. Furthermore, this communism shit is getting out of hand. Y'all see this shit. I'm not even going to read the article. But you see this? Suspect Charlie Kirk killing left messages with no motive. What the fuck you mean no motive? Clearly there was a motive. But this is what they're doing to protect the fucking that community, bro. Black people, I'm offended by this. I'm offended that the black man is being talked about all this violence and shit, and black man's the face of violence. Y'all want to talk about the white man being the face of violence. White man make up 60% of the population. Not dismissing it or so on and so forth. The white man make up 60-some percent of the fucking population. Black man make up 13% of the fucking population of men, rather, not 13. The whole race is the percentage. So let me cut that in half or whatever, right? So, but it's going to like translate for the most part if it's the same. Okay. So the trans people, less than 1%. Why are we not talking about the overrepresentation of those people in mass shootings or political fucking shootings? Why are we not talking about it? This is clearly an issue that needs to be motherfucking addressed, like immediately. Let's see. 5 hours ago, did they address him being a brotherfucker? Or well, brotherfuckers for niggas, but you know what I'm saying? Or Decepticon lover? Hit the like button, people. What my lights looking like? Yeah, bro. They're purposely leaving this out, bro. You got to come to YouTube to fucking get this shit, dog. This is crazy. Bro, none of these articles are addressing that he was. Fuck it, man. Come on, bro. What we got? 78 likes. Come on, man. Listen, bro. Is anybody else saying this shit, dog? All I'm asking y'all is for free likes, bro. The money and shit is whatever, right? But again, y'all talk about, motherfuckers only talk about certain shit. I'm the first motherfucker, at least around here, saying this shit. Okay. Whether you like me or not, this shit ought to be concerning. As a black man, you should be motherfucking pushing this message because again, this is a much bigger problem than the 50% lie. Okay. Much bigger fucking problem. Yeah, so let me go ahead and get y'all together, man. Get y'all right.
Take off recording. Real more shit, man. That's why more bodies, man. Done more bodies right now, man. That real more shit, man. G up in the building, man.
Hit the like button, people.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the
Fair use, by the way.
Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in.
Bro, why y'all still on that? That's what I'm saying. Y'all worried about him pushing buttons or whatever. The man had a fucking opinion, bro. When you say shit like this, it's like, you justifying it or you making it okay because of like his people's buttons was pushed so he gets his motherfucking cap pushed back. Come on, bro. You got to be smarter than that, dog. You got to be smarter than that, fam. You got to be smarter than that, man. Dimitri Costas, I don't know how the hell to say that name. An LGBTQ activist and former HIV prevention director was made director of immunizations. They're the biggest proponents of forced vaccinations and fascist mandates. Yeah, man, that's a whole nother thing, bro. Again, bro, y'all focus on the wrong shit. Y'all's obsession with white people, bro, is why we never gonna get nowhere. But let's continue.
A gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th, in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson...
Yeah, man. Let me again, man. And that's the stupid part. Niggas is acting like he got killed for what he had to say about black people. This shit is just so it's just ridiculous, dog. Okay, threatened you with violence and killed you. That they aren't the same thing. Someone threatening with you with violence and saying I'm gonna beat your ass is totally different from somebody actually motherfucking pulling out a gun and blowing your brains out for something you said. I think we're all smart enough to understand the difference in that. People say they're gonna beat somebody ass, they're gonna do something to somebody all the time. A person that's motherfucking, especially that's a person you're directly dealing with. So if you're directly cussing out this motherfucker right here, right, and another motherfucker ain't got shit to do with it, don't like you saying cuss words, and they pull out a gun and blow your motherfucking brains out. What are we saying, bro? What are we saying? This shit is childish. It's childish, man. But anyway, let's go.
Had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact.
Now again, this is gonna end up playing a whole deeper role because whoever he was talking to, now they're an accomplice. Whoever it was. What up?
Yeah, it's going fantastic.
You got it, man. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much, man. Yeah, man. About the whole Charlie Kirk situation. Again, I was just telling other people, I'm like, the only thing I have a problem with is that, I get, people gonna be outraged or whatnot. I get, the whole thing about, okay, I don't think him being killed was, a good idea. I think it's dumb. But at the same time, it's like what Kim, what's his name said. Why are you constantly saying stuff to antagonize others? Like this guy, like if you look at Charlie Kirk, I'm like, he didn't have any major political accomplishments. He didn't graduate from college. He's not an inventor. He's not a scientist. He didn't do any heroic deeds. Like he's just some right-wing fucking commentator who made a reputation off of, basically saying a bunch of like edgy, controversial shit, or even sometimes promoting a lot of like mean and hateful shit towards people who didn't look like him. And we're supposed to feel some sense of compassion because he got killed by somebody who allegedly looks like him. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't get it. Fantastic. Like, I'm sorry. I get the okay. Yeah, you shouldn't just frivolously kill any and everybody that disagrees with you. But at the same time, it's like you don't have to say anything. Like he could have talked about a bunch of other stuff that was actually concerning.
Yeah, but see, so this is where it makes no sense, bro. And y'all lose me, right? Because I literally do the same thing Charlie Kirk does, just on a fucking lower level, right? I don't have too many followers.
I heavily disagree with that.
Hold on. You can disagree, but you can't tell me what I know for it to be a fact, right? So I don't know how long.
I'm saying is that you could say stuff. I'm saying that, but there's a difference between just saying something and just literally getting a reputation off of legitimately just being overly.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So what people and even in the space here currently, I'm considered a coon. I'm called a conservative, but I'm not even a conservative. I want to be the white man's this, a white man's that. I'm anti-black. I hate black people. I hate my mama. I hate black women. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, that I know for a fact that these aspersions that have been cast upon me. So hold on. How long you been following me?
I think for about like a year and a half or so, like that.
Okay, year and a half. Cool. So back in 2020, all my A1 day ones check in right now. Put a 1 in the chat, bro. When I first started doing this shit, like around lockdown time, there was literally niggas making videos, bro, about there being a green light on my life for me simply talking about the shit I was talking about, dog. Okay, it
Yep.
was niggas threatening my life for my message. And niggas was telling me, no, man, it's not that serious, man. You gotta worry about that shit. This is niggas talking on the internet. And I distinctly said to this day, no, nigga. If a nigga say he gonna do it, I'm preparing for it. If a nigga say it, he just may, if he crazy enough to say it, he just might be crazy enough to fucking do it. So what I'm
Okay.
telling you is, bro, on this side of this
Uh-huh.
shit, when you say anything that's unpopular, when you say anything that people may not be fucking
Yeah.
uncomfortable with, bro, you put yourself at risk. So that's why I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all trying to make it seem like Charlie Kirk was out here literally saying purposeful, raceful shit. Now, if you feel like it was racist,
This man
I
was
can't
literally
say-
quoted as saying, "I think empathy is a made-up concept." Okay, he was literally quoted as saying,
yeah, that's
"I
his
think that black
opinion.
women have lack the neurons to have proper thinking capacity." Like and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm like, bro, like
But look,
go check his Twitter.
hold on, just real quick. So another thing I'm starting to see too, right? Because I just saw a thing yesterday,
Yeah.
right? They
Again,
played this.
I can
Hold
agree
on,
with you. Yeah, like
hold on,
he shouldn't have been
hold
killed, but I'm like,
hold on,
bro, like,
hold on for me though. If you can hear me, hold on real quick. Right? So this is what I'm saying, right?
yeah,
So what I in this day and age too, and I realized is shout out to Fatty. I was on Fatty's panel. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, right? And they played
yeah.
this clip to where it made it sound like that he was saying a racial epithet towards Asian people when that wasn't
Okay.
what he was saying. So they purposely
No,
cut it and clipped it to make it seem
no.
like that's what. What you mean? No,
No. I'm not talking about with the Asian stuff. I'm saying like in general. Like if you
no. You
literally
got
like
it. Saying
yeah,
no.
if you
You
read his
you're not
clips
letting
in
me
full
finish,
context, like if you
brother.
read his
Brother, just real
clips in
quick.
full context, my
Yeah,
guy, like
you're not letting me finish. So let me
yeah,
finish before you just say no. Okay.
yeah,
So what I'm telling you is in this day and age, what people does is why you have all this just clip shit to where you have the clip of it and you have none of the previous context before it. This man
mm-hmm.
had 15-minute and longer debates and conversations with people, and you take the clip of him saying the controversial thing with nothing of the fucking previous context to it. That's a problem.
Wasn't Charlie Kirk literally quoted as saying that he thought that civil rights was a bad idea? Didn't he call
I don't know.
MLK a terrible person?
Yeah,
Listen.
it's black people that
I
call
get it.
MLK. Hold on,
I get it.
hold on,
Listen,
hold on,
I get he
hold
has the
on.
right to express
Oh,
himself.
brother,
Yes.
listen. I don't listen. Just real quick. If you hear me talking, just please stop talking. That's something I'm finna start, and it's not personally you, but people may be complaining about me not properly moderating. So I promise you, I'm just going to interject to make points and give it right back to you. So just please have respect. If I say something, pause it right there so we can address that issue, then move forward. Okay. So thank you. So this is what I'm saying. So what you're saying that he said about MLK, black women had a whole campaign, I think a year ago, that said Charlie Kirk, that said MLK was a horrible person. Did they not?
Yeah. And
all right,
and
hold on,
yeah.
wait. Hold on. So yeah. So if black women can say it, Charlie Kirk can't say it, he can't agree.
No. That's not the point I was making. Actually, the point I was making that with this Charlie Kirk situation is that in general, and I was saying this as Discord. What I don't get about this, is in general, when it comes to these black misandrists or whatnot, I don't get why decent, hardworking, black men like you and me, why we're constantly being gaslit or being told that we have to have compassion and sympathy for these black misandrists when something prematurely tragic happens to them. Like, why should I be told I gotta keep them in their thoughts and prayers and don't condone violence and anger? I'm like, my brother in Christ, I'm not the threat to public safety. I'm not the guy you got to be worried about. It's these people, like you said. It's these self-hating black chicks who espouse hatred towards black men and children. It's the Charlie Kirks. It's these other people who apparently become a
I'm
threat to
curious.
public
So
safety whenever they express their.
What hatred did he espouse against black men?
You didn't hear the clip when he literally said that it would be better if black people were under segregation because we would be more well behaved.
Yeah, I don't.
You
Yeah,
can
again, I
You
don't know.
gotta
I
listen
didn't.
to the whole
we talk
context, bro.
about how black men make women single mothers. Like, dog, like my brother
You
in
listening
Christ.
to clips, bro.
I get the whole, he shouldn't have been killed. I understand that, fantastic. I get that point. I'm just saying what I don't like about this situation is why is it that black men who are already decent people to begin with constantly being told, or why is the burden of morality being placed on us to have compassion and sympathy for people who literally despise you just for existing? Like, why should we feel bad for something that happens?
Because you're wrong and you're evil, my nigga. That's really simple. You're wrong and you're evil. It's really simple.
Yeah, like that's what I don't like. I'm like bro, like I'm not like bro, like I just want to make good money, be left the fuck alone. Like I'm not trying to, like I'm not a fucking terrorist. I'm not trying to.
Then why are you up here giving misinformation?
Well, yeah, hold on. Let me do this, and then we're gonna move it around. And Beans, I only muted you because I think you had YouTube playing in the background. It wasn't because you know what I mean, just so you know.
Yeah.
It was an echo. So, listen, bro, this is the thing, and I don't know were you watching this from the beginning, or you just hopped in recently?
I just hopped in just like a few minutes ago.
Yeah, so you missed the whole thing, brother. See, we're in a conversation I really wasn't having, but I'll have it, and then we'll get back to where I was. I said this is the problem. Just like they're disparaging black men and trying to put all this violence on black men, right? About black men being overly violent. That's why I worded it, and I couldn't actually say what I want to say, but I coded it that way. The LGBT and especially the trans people per capita are far more dangerous than black men, especially if we're talking about mass shootings.
Oh,
that's my whole point.
I mean,
so hold on, okay. Finish, brother. Let me finish.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm saying is, this isn't a black thing. This isn't a white thing. This isn't a political thing at this point. Okay, this is a fucking straight thing and a non-straight thing. Okay, a straight thing and a non-straight thing. A group of people that say, "Hey, if I disagree with you, I will kill you." Okay, and not only kill you, I'll kill your kids. And just so people don't clip this and say it weirdly or try to that was in response to the mass shootings of children done by transgender people over the last 5 years, is what I'm referencing.
Okay? Oh yeah. That is pretty messed up.
Talking about something that I wasn't even talking about. This isn't in defense of white men whatsoever. This isn't in defense of fucking Charlie Kirk. I'm literally doing and redirecting this the way it needs to be, as to where the narrative of black men being so dangerous is in nothing of comparison and less than 1% of the population. If we talking about if we talking about the LGBT, not the LGBT, but the trans people make up less than 1% of the population. Yet you've had 5 of them participate in some type of mass shooting over the last 5 years, and there's only been 36 mass shootings. Okay. So 5 out of 36 for less than 1% is a major overrepresentation. I can't do the math.
I think somebody also said they're also overrepresented when it comes to suicide as well. So,
well, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. Not to be insensitive. Okay, if you want to get yourself up out of here, the only person you hurt is yourself. But if we want to protect the public and most importantly the children, there needs to be focus given to this. All right. And this is a chance again for black men, straight black men specifically, to be like, hey, bro, we not y'all problem. If niggas got a problem, niggas mostly killing niggas. Now, I'm not condoning it. I'm not promoting it. But when black people kill somebody, they're going to kill another black person. So how about we focus on the people that are doing these mass shootings, okay, as an overrepresentation. Now, I know the people that shoot the most shit up, white men, right? But we did a per capita argument, okay, for trans people and LGBT people. That's some numbers that need to be crunched. That's all I'm saying. So let me let me get brother Reese in here, and then Beans, we're gonna move around with everybody get back. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Can you guys?
I'll actually hop off to give somebody else a chance to hop on. So hold on.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, Reese, go ahead.
I want to clean up, and I want to clean up the misinformation that was given about that quote that Charlie Kirk gave. And this is the full thing he said. I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that it caused a lot of damage. He later goes on and goes, I prefer the word sympathy. I prefer Kirk expressed views but it's very effective when it comes to politics. Sympathy is what he preferred versus empathy. So my issue with what's going on, and keep in mind, I'm no fan of Charlie Kirk. This man got gunned down in front of his family by saying what he believed in. And I support a lot of brothers that say what they believe in. So if they can do that to Charlie Kirk, they can do that to people that I follow. That's
Thank you.
number one. Number two, y'all are giving a lot of misinformation because y'all are following clips. You're not listening to the full context of the conversation. And you're coming up with conclusions that are really based in emotion and not logic. And the last point I'll make, for you to condone the death of a man in front of his two children and his wife is just pure evil. Bottom line, it's really simple. You just participate in evil because nobody deserves to have their life taken from them for just standing on a podium and having a debate about ideas you did not agree with. That man didn't cause no harm. He wasn't in the street ripping nothing up. He was going to campuses and challenging people's ideas on what he believed in. He wasn't even racist. I would give him prejudice. I would give him classes, but racist? Nah, bro. I can't give Charlie that. I can give Nick Fuentes that, but I can't give Charlie racist. I can give him prejudice and classes maybe, but not racist, bro. Y'all need to come off that.
All right, appreciate your fam. Beans, it's on you. Go ahead. Touchdown.
I don't know if you want to go backwards. I'll be honest with you. First of all, what's up, bro?
What's up with you?
Second of all, when I came in, one of the first things I was hearing you say was about the Martin Luther King thing. And I know that you know doggone well that there's a certain creed that we live by, which is I could punch my brother, but you can't. And I mean that I think that's just applicable in that particular situation. I don't want to harp on it because I know you said it was
just real quick, Beans. They saying you, and I was saying you got an echo and your mic's a little low. Let me see if I can tweak it real quick.
I got an echo.
Yeah, hold on, give me a second. Yeah, check. All right, I turn on echo cancellation. You good? Turn your mic up though. Your mic is low.
Let me see. What am I using? Okay, I'm using a MacBook mic. It's almost all the way turned up.
It's better now. It's a whole lot better now. Maybe you weren't, but it's better now. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's still good now.
No, you're perfect now.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I was just thinking about that part about the Martin Luther King thing, basically, which is that you know how that go, man. I could punch my brother, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? If I'm fighting my brother and somebody else try to come and jump in, we jumping on him. That's how that go. You know what I mean? So if the sisters felt like they wanted to say something about Martin Luther King, we could check them behind it. But I don't know exactly what Charlie said, but it ain't been looking good for him. I really only had one specific issue with him prior to this happening to him, and it was ironic. I had just repurposed the short and posted it again the day of him being shot, and that was his take on the slayings of black people at the hands of police and the misinformation that, in my opinion, he put up there purposely. And this is what I was saying, reacting to you all's video from on Hamp Show the other day. I think when you have 4 million followers, fam, you are utterly responsible for what comes out of your mouth. I'm not giving you a pass. I don't want to hear it was a mistake. I don't want to hear any of that. Because you fantastic, you don't got 4 million subscribers. And I believe that when you say something, you've researched it. Now, this man got 4 million subscribers. Anything come out of his mouth, he should have either researched it or had somebody who researched it. And I listened to how he talked. And again, I'm not condoning what happened to him because I'm mad that it happened because I know now I'll never get a chance to debate him. But he said a lot of stuff, fantastic, that he know better. So what do we do with that? What do we do when he's lying? What do we do when he's saying things that aren't true? When and most of this stuff is about black people, disparaging black people. What do we do with that?
Is it most though? I don't. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking because from my understanding, most of his stuff was about family, politics, and so on and so forth. what black people are doing, in my opinion, right? Because like I said, I've seen the clips, but like I said, I've seen him have far more debates about things that wasn't black people. So are you guys saying 51% or the majority of his commentary was on black people? Is that what we're saying?
No, we're saying that when he has commentary about black people, the majority of it is from a negative perspective. And not only that, he lies a lot.
Oh, okay. All right. But we have people that do the same thing in black people that do the same thing as white people. We got black people do the same things against black people. So my point is, why are we harping on him when the black part of his message was a minority of the thing, and black people are still, even though you're saying not justifying it, there's a but there. So anytime you put a but and say, like saying you do the same thing, we eat the same shit together. So even though you're saying me and you don't have 4 million subscribers, it's possible one day that we could, right? Or hell, you may not even make it because somebody simply dislikes what you're saying. So when you create more than a slippery slope as to where, oh, you said something that somebody didn't like, it didn't offend people, so hey man, oh well, you got killed. That, because even though it's not what you're saying, that's how people take it. That's what makes it problematic, bro. What makes the shit problematic is, my bad. Oh shit, I know people back. My bad. I know y'all was back here. That's what makes it problematic, bro. You cannot promote or any of this shit when it comes to, oh, he was a white man saying some shit against black people, so hey, you get what you get. You got to pay for your words, because that motherfucking shit swings both ways. When the pendulum swing back, now what? That's all I'm saying. We got to be very, very careful. We got to be very, very careful with that rhetoric and anything that even simulates justifying it, man. Because everybody has something to say nowadays. Anybody can turn a microphone on. You don't even need a microphone. Motherfuckers turn their cell phone on every day and say some shit.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. I think two things. Hopefully, I remember them. First of all, this didn't happen to him because he said something people don't like. This happened to him because he was relevant. It's not about what he said. He ain't said nothing of that, and ain't nobody else saying. It's the fact that he was relevant. This man is speaking on multiple continents. This man was a global voice. He was on his way to the White House. Trust me. He was building his political repertoire. Okay. He was a force to be reckoned with. The man got 4 million subscribers. That don't sound like nothing because we know Mr. Beast exists, but Mr. Beast make TikTok videos. This man is speaking to people's deeper inner feelings and thoughts, and he got 4 million of them things. Since he passed away, he got another 500,000. So I'm saying that's the reason why it mattered. That's the reason why he was even in the scope, is because he had that position. And what he did with that position, and even though we know he didn't get shot over nothing that he said about black people, but what he did with that position quite often was insulting.
Okay, well, is it insulting or is it true? Because I'm saying what I'm saying right now. I'm not gonna say I'm putting myself at risk, but I'm saying it's something extremely, extremely controversial, but yet true. And I promise you, the LGBT community would not like me saying this and pointing this out, because it's gonna bring a bad light on them. And it's something that nobody that's way bigger than me or prominent is willing to say. So what I'm saying is, fuck all that shit or whatever else. Now that we know the reason behind it, and the person affiliated was of the LGBT community, the black-white shit need to be over with. That's fuck all of that. We need to be focused on how and why is nobody talking about these rainbow and trans people killing these kids and innocent American citizens. Why are we so worried about what Charlie Kirk had to say negative about black people now that we know the motive and the reasoning and the story behind it? I'm saying, okay, what he said, you don't like it, whatever, cool, fine, whatever. The point at hand, which is far more important, is that we have a very, very small population of people that are deciding to kill children, okay? And people with political opinions because their feelings are hurt or because they're angry. And that needs to be addressed. That's what I'm saying. I
don't disagree with you, right? I don't disagree with you.
Okay, this you. Just make sure. I thought it was background. Somebody, go ahead, Beans. My bad. I thought it was somebody else. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I don't disagree with you, right? And I mean, listen, we can definitely have a conversation, but just to answer the question that you posed, the answer is people who heard things that he said about them spoke out, and whether they was trolling or not, had negative things to say, or danced across the man's grave. And guess what? Other folks had something to say about them doing that. So that's what the conversation is, right? Again, I put up a post. Which one of the black conservative content creators is going to do a video now about this violent white culture? Right?
Beans, that's why I got to interrupt. Beans. I said this with the same brother. I don't know if you heard me saying it. This is not a white problem. This is a sexual identity problem.
No. I understand the conversation that you want to have. That's what I'm saying. We can have it. But I'm just answering your question when you say why it can't go against race. Because people of different races, right? Particularly, we're just talking about ours right now, had something to say about this man dying.
Yeah.
So that's why it's the topic of conversation, because they had something to say about him dying, and then people don't like what they had to say. You see what I'm saying?
And I got you. But what I'm saying is that's misdirected energy and off topic now that we know the facts. So what I'm saying is we need to dig a bit deeper, pause, right? We need to look into this, what it actually is. And like I said, I'm not saying that I'm the first person saying it. I'm just know that I'm the first person that's bringing this to light as far as I know. Somebody else is already.
You're the first person I'm hearing say this right now, that this information that you have about the actual case.
So to my knowledge, I'm not calling dibs, but I'm just saying I'm the first to acknowledge it. There's a major issue and problem as to where we talk about mass shootings. I just did the numbers. There's only been 36 since 2020, right? Of those mass shootings, 5 of them have been accounted towards a person that identifies as trans. I didn't even do the LGBT part of it. You see what I'm saying? So when we know trans people represent less than 1% of the population, you've only had 36 mass shootings, 5 of them being trans, which is less than 1% of the population, bro. That is the overrepresentation that black men and any other person needs, but black men especially, because I agree with y'all. What Charlie Kirk said about 3050 or 1350 was bullshit. That's not the case. That's and he said crime. It wasn't crime. I think it's like murder or some shit, right? But like you said, it's hyperbolic and it's whatever. Or I can't say it was intentional, but it was maliciously ignorant. Okay, is that fair to say? You accept that? If he didn't know, it's maliciously ignorant. Is that a fair term?
Well, I mean, just to be honest, not in my opinion, but you can have it. Because in my opinion, I think he knows.
If you don't agree, you don't agree. Well, I'm just saying.
I can share a video with you. Fantastic. That I can show you. Language matters, bro. The way people talk. Right?
I'm saying I'm agreeing though. So that's why I said maliciously ignorant. That's why I say even though it's not your intention, I can't say he intendedly and purposely said that, as he knew the stats and he said the stats wrong anyway. I'm saying that being ignorant of the stats and misquoting them or improperly putting them out was malicious through ignorance, is what I'm saying. So I'm not agreeing with you. I'm just giving, because I don't know whether it was purposeful or not. A lot of people are just saying, oh, he purposely said this shit, and that wasn't the case. You know this. Shout out to you. I gave you credit the other day. I learned from you that motherfucking Asian women had increased from like 25 or 23% to fucking 30%. You told me that shit. I didn't know that. I was still going off shit from motherfucking 2020. You know what I'm saying? You taught me that statistically, Asian women are the highest dating out demographic of anybody in the fucking country. I was going off of old stats. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. People don't really keep up with statistics that much, and shit changes, so on and so forth. So that's why I can't say it was intentional, but I would say it was maliciously ignorant. That's what I'm saying. But get back to the point, right? My thing is this. It's important for black men to be the ones to motherfucking step forward and be like, hey, bro, niggas only killing niggas. Y'all may not like it and y'all want to use this for a meme and be funny and la 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 and 1350 and didn't do nothing. No, y'all need to be worried about motherfucking these trans activists, these LGBT activists, and saving your children. Because these kids getting killed in these mass shootings are mostly white. Okay? These kids being killed in these schools and these churches, white. So instead of trying to make fun of black people, right? And bring shit to us that's got nothing to do with us, even though, like I said, the shit that niggas had to participate with, the Charlie Kirk shit is ridiculous, it's stupid. I don't agree with it, don't condone it whatsoever, but it's still the minority compared to the motherfucking extremists, leftists, and people that were celebrating the shit, right? I feel like black people ain't really got no shit to do with this. Even if he said some shit you don't like or whatever, who gives a fuck? Okay? My thing is now that we know the facts and we know the shooter and his relation to that community and everything that's going on with it, this needs to be something that we all, white, black, man, woman, if you're a straight individual, especially a straight individual with kids or nieces or nephews or godkids or young people that you care about, okay, you need to be putting the fucking brightest light and biggest motherfucking magnifying glass and microscope on this LGBT community and trans community that's committing these fucking mass acts of violence, bro, against straight people. That's all I'm saying, bro.
So I'm guessing there's some new information out about the guy then, huh?
Huh?
I'm guessing there's some new information out about the guy that maybe a lot of
yeah. The guy that shot him, yes.
Yeah.
He had a trans roommate.
Okay.
But let me move it around, man. It's on Brother Mercy. Go ahead, Mercy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, man, I just don't want to make this man a martyr. And that's the thing, man. You know, you can't compare him to Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King actually stood for justice, man. So it's just not a comparison. And then we do this with white people because we've been programmed this way. We do this. We always protecting them, man. And their image is always being protected. And so even with all of this going on, he done said all this stuff. Now we call it, oh, he just sharing his opinion. Yeah, you know, it's just like, nah, bro. I mean, what he stood for, what he was promoting, a lot of that stuff was dangerous, man. And everything that's done in this country is about us. And you keep saying it's not about us. It is always about us. The laws were established about us. Slavery was done because of us. The Jim Crow was done because of us. I mean, my dad said it so perfectly. He said every law in this country was established because of us. I mean, they do everything because of us. And even when they get rid of the illegals, that's about us too. Because you know what? What did Trump say? We're going to get rid of the illegals so black people can get jobs. So, I mean, come on, man. It's still about us. Even when they're working on somebody else, it's still about us.
All right, cool. Art, it's on you. Go ahead. Art, you there?
Yeah, so no, I just want to basically make
You muted yourself. I don't know if you intentionally muted yourself, but you muted back up. You were speaking and then you hit mute. Say something. All right.
Oh, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
So basically, I just want to say, so to me, I just think that the focus wasn't on black folks. The focus wasn't on black folks when until we got into the opinion about the man dying, then they brought us up. So you got to understand how they use, especially our lower level thinking people, especially our women, how they use that to make it seem like that's all of our projection on how we feel. And so that's what I hate the most, like how they use our low sub people to be the example. And look, that man had a base, like he leaned towards his base just like we all do, right? And I think that's also what Beans job like do too. You lean towards your base to get your point across. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the man was racist. I think he was prejudiced. And I don't think nobody
He wasn't named out. So let me say this. We need to stop focusing on trans when the focus is extremist white nationalists. No, it's not extremist white nationalists. A white nationalist didn't do this shooting. This wasn't a white nationalist that fucking did the shooting. This was a pro-LGBT trans apologist person that did the shooting. So why do we need to focus on the white people? Can you niggas wake the fuck up, man? What's wrong with you niggas, dog? Why y'all so obsessed with white people?
think I'm good, man.
Hold on real quick. You cut out, so what's the name? But bro, what's wrong with you niggas? Why can't y'all let the white man go? He's not that important.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Now, Fantasy, I don't know when you got here. I don't know when or why you like when you got here. Not why, my bad, but when you got here, Fantasy. But you got to go back and catch up. It's been Fantasy. It's been identified that the man had a trans roommate, okay? Right? Allegedly of love interest, okay? That he was fucking dealing with, living with, and doing the bending with, allegedly, okay? And he put shit on there that had the casings and shit, man. Listen, It's not about white nationalists. The band that killed him was not a white nationalist. He's just a white dude that's gay or has affiliations with gay people. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's
You went
sexual identity.
Hey, fantastic. This one
hold
guy
on real
did a
quick, bro.
connection.
Hold on, fam.
Okay,
I'm
my bad,
speaking
my bad,
respectfully.
my bad.
Listen, when you do this, we turn it into a racial issue again, and it takes away from the truly dangerous fucking people that overrepresent in mass shootings. I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna keep harping on this shit of children. Mass shooting of children seems to be one of their major targets.
Yeah, they like Vic. Yeah.
But anyway, whoever that was, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say this one guy, shock our most. He did a historical connection between the KKK and homosexuality. So see, this is not new stuff. We think this is new stuff. This stuff's been going on for years. It's just they had it in the closet. I mean, that's just all. It's just coming out the closet today, man. We got
Wait,
cameras
what?
today.
Bro,
What I'm saying
y'all
is,
gotta
Yeah, this
stop.
came out of nowhere.
Y'all gotta stop, man. All right, but all right, bro. I got it. Let me move
Black
on.
power,
Art,
bro.
were you done?
I'm
Or
I
I know
mean,
you
like
got
I,
cut off.
can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, you good now. You good now. Go ahead.
So, like I say, like to me, like the Myron Gaines of the world, it's just sad how he likes to attack our black women when it comes to his feelings, when he can directly go to a black man. That's the issue I have with him. But other than that, I mean, black folks as usual, man. It wasn't even about us. You get what I'm saying? The country was focused on the migrants. You know what I'm saying? This man had an event and a white man took him out, right? Like Fantastic said, white on white crime. And now we up here trying to make it about us when Trump ain't even focused on us, man.
Well, just real quick, bro. Again, I don't agree with that. It's not white on white crime anymore. It's non-straight on straight crime. That's the problem. Again, y'all not getting it. I don't know where y'all came in on this. The message here is this is an issue to where people that are not heterosexual are taking it out on and taking the lives of people that are. If you have a message or they want to send a message for them feeling away, that's the problem.
I don't disagree.
Well, let me. Can I say this?
It.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So I'm saying this. I get that you're saying that's the message. Do you allow for pushback?
Yeah, I allow for pushback, but yeah, I'm not saying though, but this is what I'm saying, right? But everybody gonna have their chance to say it. I'm distinguishing myself from what you guys are saying. If y'all want to just focus on the white part, hey,
no, bro.
Do what the fuck you want, okay? What I'm saying though, when we do that though, we never address the actual issue and problem that could lead to some shit getting fixed or lead to some shit being.
No, I get you, Fantastic. I get you, bro. It's a sexual identity problem, bro. It's a sexual identity problem. Yes, it is.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not racial. This is ideology, and this point sexual identification being it, and nobody's talking about this. This is why I'm passionate. I'm at this point because y'all like, and Beans. I'm glad y'all giving me pushback because I really don't think people are even looking at it in this matter. Because it's not a thing, and it's taboo to do so. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain thing you can't talk about people from Israel, and you can't talk about the rainbow people, right?
You want to frame it by generation, Z, late millennial. That'll probably help.
Well, that's a part of it too. But I think that's what I'm saying, man. I think the whole, and that's why I say, man. But I don't want to turn into that. But
what does the late millennials have to do with it?
To knock. Well, we'll get back to it. Let me let the brother go that hadn't gone yet, and then we'll work it back around. And I got this clip I want to show y'all to verify the information. Go ahead, brother. To knock. Appreciate your patience, brother. It's on you.
This free game.
What's up, bro?
No, man. Charlie Kirk was definitely a racist, and I didn't include him into the racist category until I seen a tweet that he had saying, Libya, give us your oil. Now, if you understand what happened with Libya and what happened to Muammar Gaddafi, he basically got unalive for the same stuff, trying to better his country. But you will want to colonize a country that have lost their president for essentially the same thing that you just lost your life for. Also, he talked about Martin Luther King and Martin Luther King not being a good person. Now, if you look into Martin Luther King, huh?
Nothing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just. My food is cooking. I'm sorry.
Okay. Martin Luther King not being a good person. Now, he was defending the same group of people who was funding Martin Luther King. And so if Martin Luther King not a good person, then you not a good person because you was defending them. Charlie Kirk was losing followers because of it. And then he starts straightening up and saying, hey, this, and that. And all of a sudden he gone. Now, if our leaders do that, then they're not good leaders. But just like Martin Luther King did, he tried to get on the straight and narrow, and guess what? Same thing happening with him. Gaddafi, same thing happened with him. But Charlie Kirk, he's colonial in his thinking, telling Libya to give us your oil, and Libya have slaves in 2025.
But brother, for Martin Luther King, can you give context? You missing pieces. Can you give context to why he said what he said about Martin Luther King?
I'm not putting all the context. I don't feel like him getting this channel flagged or whatever. But if you understand
there's a reason he was not calling him a good person. Can you give context to
that? Segregation. It was segregation. That's the only.
He was talking about his infidelity with his wife.
Yeah. Oh my God! No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
No, it was though. Hold on. That's but hold on, bro. Now listen. You can have your opinion, but when you faced with the facts, bro, acknowledge the facts. The man.
So when did he? Okay, so that doesn't make him a horrible person.
But that's why I think he's prejudiced because he's pro-Christian.
Well, I don't.
So you're pro-Christian but pro-racist at the same time, pro-colonial at the same time.
Hey, hold on, bro. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, but not when other people are talking, just so you know, fantastic. When other people are talking, your mic is basically muted.
Okay, what the fuck, man?
Just so you know.
It should be loud. I don't know what the
fuck.
No.
Your mic is okay. I'm saying when other people are talking, your mic goes down.
Sure, I got the right.
Just so you know.
I got the right shit. It's weird.
I don't think nobody like intentionally ignoring.
Oh yeah, it's cool. Hold on, let me do this. Check.
Just so you know.
Check. Should be a little better now. All right, cool. Let me just max myself out. For the most part, it should be good now. All right, cool. So, what I'm saying is this, bro. A person having an opinion of a person's actions and saying that you're a horrible person for that has nothing to do with your race. He's saying that he was a married man and he's documented. The FBI had the proof that the man was cheating on his wife. Okay? So if that's presented and he's talking about that, it had nothing to do with him being a black man that cheated on his wife. It had to be with a married man that was cheating on his wife, bro. That's why I say and this is why I say it's fucked up. Because now, you protecting the white man. It's not I'm protecting the white man, bro. I'm protecting the integrity of what was actually being said. That's important. Shout out to Beans, bro. Words matter. Context matters. So we turn and flip this shit to the way we wanted to make it justify our feelings, to literally fucking confirmation bias the shit to make our point, bro. It makes you look unintelligent. It makes you look disingenuous. And it makes you look like you fucking want to be fucking victimhood. It fits all the shit that makes us look bad. So when somebody presents something, shout out to Brother Reese, he presents something to you, bro, and he gives you the full context. And I'm glad he's up here because what I'm finding is in a lot of these clips, people are purposely just taking clips. I'm not saying mostly, but a substantial amount of black people are taking clips of things to make it seem like he was just racist with just the clips of the controversial shit, and none of the context for it. Like I said, prime example, yesterday, this dude on I follow on IG shared a clip of him talking about yank. It sounded like he said the C word towards Asian people. That's not what he said. But if you don't know the context and you just hearing it, it sounds like he said the C word. And the dude played a 3-second clip of him doing that, jumping out of his chair and saying that, and then cutting the clip. And everybody's like, me included, they got me. Like, damn, he really was racist. Just for me to find out from somebody else that knew the whole situation in the context that no, he didn't even say that. It just sounded like he said it because you didn't know the previous thing in the history of the person he was talking to. So, bro, if we're going to do that, we got to, bro, if you're presented with, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. No. But that still doesn't exclude tweeting out Libya, give us your oil. That still don't. That no. That is racist. That is colonial.
It's not racist.
1 second, fam, please.
That is. If it's not racist, then what it mean?
How is that racist,
fantastic.
Man? It's a terrible point.
Give us your Libya. Give us your oil. What does that mean?
Let me say something real quick.
Go ahead, nationalist, but that's not racist, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
How is that not colonial? So a country, hold on, a country that had present day slavery, and their president was knocked off. They was trying to get, what is that? That is colonialism.
Okay, so yes,
I can point to 3 countries.
Go, and then we'll all go.
I don't care how many countries you can point to.
You gotta let somebody respond, bro. Come on, I'm not doing this. If somebody's talking, don't overtalk. I'm gonna mute you, and I'm only gonna mute you once. But I have to mute you twice, I'm dropping you. Okay, we got to get order. Everybody needs to get everybody get a chance to say. Let's not get disorderly. It's a heated, spirited debate. It's cool and fine, but let people say their piece and reply. If you gotta take notes, take notes. But this discombobulated shit is over with. Okay, and there's no disrespect to nobody up here. It's just something that shout out to the chat, bringing it to my attention. I have to do a better job of moderating shit and keeping it clear to where everybody can hear. And it's you know what I mean, it's a broadcast. So Beans, go ahead, and then you'll be able to respond back, free game, and we'll go from there.
Well, I don't really want to address that. What I really want to say is this though. So fantastic. A lot of stuff for me, bro, is about thinking, right? So, like, first of all, the information that you provide, I know you said you had a clip, but the information that you provided so far for me, that ain't enough for me to believe that shit, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, at this point, it's way too easy for them to throw that shit on people. We see Corey Holcomb do that shit all the time. And he just a regular ass comedian. But every time he fall out with somebody, they gay. Right? So them coming out saying, oh, he had a trans, like, that ain't enough for me to think that that's what this was about. That this man climbed on top of a roof and waited all this time and all this and that to shoot somebody in the neck because his roommate was a Decepticon. Like, nah.
But I said roommate. I say roommate for a reason, bro. It's his love interest. It's somebody he's in a relationship with.
Okay, cool. And let's say that it's true. Matter of fact, I don't want to say that it's true because I just don't believe it.
All right, cool. I'm glad you said that. So Beans is a great segue to this. Let me bring the clip up. Let's bring the clip up. And fair use. Fair use. This Tim Pool getting the information from Steven Crowder, which is the police documentation, the FBI information for the whole thing. So here we go. Don't believe me, okay? Believe this, or don't believe this, and hey, feel the ways.
This is in the past 20 minutes. Steven Crowder, shout out to the Loud with Crowder crew and Mug Club. They've obtained the Utah County Sheriff's Office internal documents regarding suspected Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson. The information has been made public by the Crowder team, and I'm not so much focused on his personal details, but we have the charges: felony discharge of firearm causing serious bodily injury, obstruction of justice, capital first-degree felony conduct, and aggravated murder, which not bailable. And I believe in the second document just repeats those charges with more information of the individual and the probable cause statement, which is long, but I do want to read. It says, the following information was obtained by your affiant from police officers. Multiple video recordings posted on social media websites, Utah Valley University campus surveillance cameras, and those who witnessed the incident. On September 10th, 2025, Charles James Kirk was at the Utah Valley University campus in Orem, Utah for a political UVU campus at the time of the shooting. Hereafter, the unidentified 100 West. Suspect walked south through the parking lot and approached a pedestrian. 12 hours. Suspect stood up and started whose identity is not clear from the surveillance. The area to the north of the Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over consists with a grassy area with trees on the edges of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 90.
And just to be clear, I skipped all that stuff because he's literally reading this. If you guys don't understand the context, so on and so forth, where it gets to the point of where it's pertinent and prevalent to what we're talking about, right?
30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulge, OWO, what's this?" Inscription on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey, fascist, catch." Up arrow symbol, right arrow symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow, Chow." A third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." Investigators also discovered a shoe impression on the northeast corner rooftop edges of the Losi Center building. This shoe impression was located in the vicinity where the suspect climbed down from the rooftop. The shoe impression is consistent with the shoe sole characteristics of a Converse Chuck Taylor shoe. On the evening of September, this information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from the UVU surveillance and investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed the room stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed the roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where the rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the context, Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. Based on the evidence detailed in this statement, I believe there's probable cause that Tyler Robinson committed the crimes of aggravated murder by shooting Charlie Kirk in a circumstance that put many around him at grave risk of death, felony discharge of a firearm, and obstruction of justice for moving and hiding the rifle believed to be used in the shooting. By submitting this affidavit, I declare under criminal penalty of the state of Utah that the foregoing is true and correct. Signed, Davis Bryan. Once again, shout out to Steven Crowder and his team for
they're good at
breaking this news
stuff,
and sharing this. There are some people who are concerned about this stuff getting released, but I think it is clear based on the evidence that they have and what we've seen so far that this is an open and shut case.
So what do you guys think psychologically as an analyst of sorts?
All right, so that's pretty much the FBI report that's been done by him. Like I said, the details of the I'm gonna bring up the rest of the shit so you can see the details of his quote unquote roommate and the fact of the matter that the FBI is even calling it a roommate. Okay, what straight nigga you know staying with a trans dude?
I mean, I don't, but it's 2025. This cat is supposed to be 22 years old, right? So this new generation, they're a little bit different. You know, they even right now, Godfrey, the comedian, is getting a lot of flack because of the fact that he's hanging really tough with this alphabet person, you know. So I mean, I can't really speak to that, but I wanted to make sure I got to the point where I really wanted to address earlier. I'm just saying that when they put stuff out like this,
I got you right here. It's just breaking news. Got you. Here you go. This is what I need. Got you. Here it goes. So again, don't argue with me. Okay. Charlie Kirk's hold on. God damn it. Get the fuck out the way. I hate this shit. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin Tyler Robinson lived with transgender partner. Okay. So they officially came out and said partner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they was fucking. All right. So like I said, all right, this is not a white issue. This is a LGBT extremist ideology and political fucking movement. And like I said, there needs to be more focus on the LGBT community and the overrepresentation of mass shootings.
Okay, so
like he was doing with black
begging your pardon.
I have to disagree.
Wait,
I have
please,
to disagree.
Hold on, please, 1 second, bro. I'm begging.
Okay, my bad.
Each time I'm in the middle of my sentence, I get cut off to play a video or read a website or something like that. I just want to get through it. So what I'm saying is this, fantastic. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm saying I don't believe it. I just don't believe these people. All this shit is coming out. I'm not saying that the stuff ain't true. I'm saying this being the reason behind him doing that. I'm just not accepting that. But it's really tripping me out that you keep saying that it ain't a white issue. Because these people are absolutely fucking white. Like you said yourself that it's been if I remember correctly, you said 36 mass shootings.
Yes, 36. Okay. Yes,
and you said 5 of them was Transformers.
Yes,
you realize that's like 10%.
Yeah. So Beans, this is what I'm trying to say. Beans, it's 10% of the total shootings. Now you have to go through the total people of trans individuals and compare that to the total of straight white men. So that's why it's I'm talking mathematics, bro. I'm talking per capita. You know, just real quick, Beans, the same per capita argument that making against black men about being at 13% and overrepresenting in murder. You apply the same principle to the trans who are less than 1% and not only murder now, but mass shootings. So when you do that, That is a bigger overrepresentation than any group in the fucking country by far, by a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
But here's the
That's
thing:
true.
you said yourself that it's 5 of them.
So what?
Beans. This is where we just. It's not even a agree to disagree thing, bro. Listen, I'm telling you, we have to be on the same page here, okay? Because if you support white people over, you know what I'm saying, always talking about black people being overrepresented, right? Do you accept that premise? Is that a problem for you?
Yes, I don't like it when they do that.
Okay, great. So what I'm telling you is this: it's the same premise with the less than 1% of motherfuckers that's overrepresented in fucking mass shootings, bro. And as black men, we need to be the ones calling this shit out. Be like, hey, y'all always got this shit to say about us. Why the fuck y'all not worried about these just range crazy motherfuckers?
Exactly.
And again, most of them children, or not most of them, but you know, a substantial amount of the people that they target are children.
Right.
Yep.
Here's the thing,
but
though.
Fantastic. When a black man kills another black man, we say that's a black problem, right? We say that. We say that's a black issue. So now we got a white man killing another white man. What do we call that? We don't call that a white issue, or we just call that a sexual issue?
I think y'all just trolling me at this point, bro.
It's not that. It's really. I hear you. I hear the point that you.
It's one or two things. It's just one or two things. Let me say this, Beans. It's one or two things that I'm gonna let Beans. We got new people in there, of course, man. Y'all can get it back, right? But it's one or two things, right? Y'all are either proving my point that niggas cannot get over this racial shit, bro, and see past the white man, and just hyper focus on the white man, or you're just not understanding that where certain details matter more than the, you know what I mean, the macro. In some cases, the micro is more important than the macro, right? We know this is a white thing, so on and so forth. But when you're talking about motive, and then you know they build these archetypes and these things for like serial killers, right? We know the most serial killers are fucking white men. Nobody argues that, right? And we cool with that, right? That's been. So what I'm saying is the same research that was done to profile white men as serial killers now needs to be done to profile LGBT and trans people as mass shooters.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Right. And I'm saying just because you saying that, I get the point that you arguing. I just don't. To me, you can't have it both ways. It's either micro or macro. You either want to deal with the micro or you want to deal with the macro. I heard you say on the other show that we can't win the macro. So I don't give a shit that we can't win. If we can't win, that's more reason to talk about it. Because that's the least that we gonna be able to do then. We can't win, cool, but we gonna run our mouths. And what I'm saying is at the end of the day, whether it's Decepticons, whether it's alphabet people, whether it's feminism, whether it's racism, whether it's classism, it don't matter what is wrong with this country. It's white people's fault. All of it. Every single thing you can put on their doorstep. All of it.
Cool. Beans. I mean, I'm not Beans. Diesel. Greatly appreciate you, brother. I see you.
Salute,
in uniform,
Diesel.
so we want to make sure you get
Salute.
your time in, brother. What you got for us?
So I think your argument is very important when it comes down to motive. The reason why we do these profiles is so we can have an easier, not easier. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's easier to try to prevent these crimes from happening. That's why you create a profile on certain people of what crimes they are most likely to do when it comes down to it. That's why it's very important to know that he had a lover and his motive could be behind what his lover or what some of the things that Charlie Kirk was saying with his lifestyle. That's the reason why you do it. And Beans, I get what you're saying when it comes down to it, but at the end of the day, if there is a motive outside of him just being white, why is it hard for you to accept that?
Because I'm not arguing motive, Diesel. I'm not arguing motive because the motive to me is irrelevant. You're not
irrelevant. That's
because you're not going to stop
something
people's
motivated
motive.
that person to go assassinate this dude.
Okay, so here's my question. I'm so glad it's a lot of people watching. I get to be on the platform with a lot of people watching. Everybody pay attention to how this question goes unanswered. How can you stop people's motives?
You can't.
Profile.
Checkmate. So why the fuck am I worrying about motives if I know I can't?
It's not a checkmate. So hold on, wait. So hold on. Now it's not a checkmate. Let me explain to you why it's not a checkmate, right? So just like we do a profile and things and whatnot, what have you, like let's go back to terrorism, right? So what happened was after 9/11, they created the FBI and what's name created a fucking database of words and things that if you say them, they will be automatically flagged and they'll start an investigation. Okay. So your motives are always going to be your motives, but the action, okay, can be prevented. So
how?
And Beans, you're real. Hold on. I just told you. Beans, I just told you. There have been plenty of cases to where there have been thwarted fucking terrorist activity that was going to happen, and because they said something online, because they saw messages and things and rhetoric, that the person was motherfucking apprehended. I think Diesel, you keep up with this, you law enforcement. I want to say a couple of years ago that happened. A dude was planning a fucking mass shooting at a school, and they fucking caught his ass because he might go ahead. Diesel, go ahead.
Not even that. There's been plenty of cases where a white supremacist has been searched and found out that he had bombs ready for a black church or something. Like it's there's a reason why you have motive. It stops. I mean, I just don't understand what the argument is when we're saying that this is the reason why he did something, and that and you're saying that doesn't matter. It does matter.
Yeah, Beans, motive always matters. I'm gonna push back. Geographics and language matters, man. Like Beans, you from Chicago, I'm from DC. Like it's just we speak a different language. So if you don't know what's going on just in your area, it's not just your area. People are looking at you from the outside in too, bro. So just not where you from is not America, bro. And that shit was in Utah.
Do y'all care at all about the motives behind the crimes that black people commit?
Yes, I honestly do.
So why don't we ever discuss them?
We do.
Yeah, we do.
We do. A lot of the deletions that happen in the black community are motivated by gang violence. We talk about that all the time.
See
that ain't shit niggas.
This is what I'm talking about.
And a lack, and I just real quick, Beans. So let me answer.
Geographics and language.
What are you talking about? Let me answer. You.
No, I'm talking about what Diesel just said. Like that's insane, bro.
How's it insane?
It's like almost 800,000 black people in Chicago. How many of them you think are in the gang?
According to fucking
it's called Chirac.
According to the dude in Chicago, and again, I'm not saying, of course, he said approximately 100,000. So the black man that hopped on TikTok and went viral for saying don't send the fucking National Guard down here, it said there's over 100,000 gang members in Chicago.
Once again, geographics and language. Geographics and language.
There's a difference between gang members and gang bangers. Those aren't the same thing.
But they still know the language of what they talking about, which is low level thinking.
Crazy.
Crash out. It's low level.
Man. Like I say, the Art kind of stole a little bit of the thunder, bro. I talk about it all the time. The lack of what? Well, let me answer, Beans. Beans, you saying you don't like when people cut you off, and I'm just trying to say something. Bro. I go right back to you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is this, Beans. I talk about this all the time. Ain't shit niggas that don't give a fuck about a nigga, but they scared of a white man. They're not gonna kill no white boy. They might beat him up. They might talk shit to him. Okay. But if it's a nigga, you getting shot, you getting killed. I say all the time, the lack of respect that black men have for other black men is a major issue and problem that we need to try and figure out as a fucking community. But that starts where? And this goes back to what people, you want to blame the black women. Well, I have to blame the black women if all these boys are growing up and they see other boys that look like them that are going to become men as threats that they have to kill if they disagree or if they're disrespected or they're so on and so forth, right? And they're not picking fathers that can be there for them to have respect for and love for the black man they're going to become. That's what I talk about at length all the time. That's more than anything else. That shit is more important than a set, a gang, a color, a block, any of that shit. It's the fundamental understanding and appreciation of black life that's the fucking issue and problem. I've argued this several times. I don't know, me and you had this argument, but I'm pretty sure you've been around for the conversation. So I can only speak for myself.
What I'm asking you, Fantastic, is this: is the black mama not being with the black daddy the motive behind the young nigga out in the street carjacking? Yes or no?
No, that's not the motive.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, When I say we don't discuss the motives, understand this me, bro. Right? I'm not just somebody who just be talking. We don't. We talk about the issues that face Black people in our community, but we don't talk about their motives. We don't give a shit about their motives. Y'all, especially y'all on the right, all y'all say is, hey, lock them up. I've heard some people, I ain't gonna say who, in this space say, hey, if they get shot during the commission of a crime, fuck them.
I agree.
Right?
I didn't say that, but I agree with it.
That and there you go. So this is my point, right? Like this pretentious thing that we try to do, where we act like, oh no, well, why would you be walking across this man's grave when he just got killed? But you know, oh, he in the commission of a crime, then it's okay. It don't matter that he was still in a car, like the young brother out in Cincinnati, Ohio. He was still in a car, so you shot him down.
Yeah, but was he so hold on. So this is what I'm saying. So and you have to get I'm just trusting you to be fully transparent if you know the situation that happened. I'm pretty sure if you drive off in a car and you're not putting the officer's life at risk, you're not trying to run an officer over or anything, they can't just like shoot you from behind, bro. They can't just shoot you as you drive past them and you're no longer a threat. Okay. Now if you shot at them or you represented a threat and then they start shooting at you, but for the most part, you don't just steal a car and the police shoot you down. Diesel, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that's
not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What I'm saying.
So what happened? So give us the whole. So hold on. So just give us the full context.
Well, the context is worse than what you just said, because the context is they got called to a scene about a stolen car. When they get there, the kid takes off running. The officer is saying, no video, no body cam, no nothing else. The officer is saying, oh, he had a gun and it looked like he was pointing it at me. So he was running away from you and pointing the gun at you.
Did he have a gun?
They say he did.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, it does. That literally happened down here in fucking Jacksonville, where motherfuckers run and they do this shit.
Bro.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
It's on video, but Beans, that's what I'm saying. So Beans, that's what we saying though. Beans, we literally have several cases of video to where that's some provable that happens. You know what I mean? We won't say often, but it happens enough times more than once. It's not just some far-fetched ideology.
They not all black kids down there in Florida neither. Carjacking. They white kids out there too.
Then it's what I'm saying though. All they got to do is say it, and then we supposed to just believe.
Yeah, but Beans, we don't even, and we just had this conversation yesterday, man. Again, like, bro, y'all understand that there are more white people that get shot, there are more white people to get locked up, there are more white people to get killed. But again, because of the media narrative and media pushing this fucking racial fucking bullshit divide, and that's what gets ratings. You don't talk about the white. Hold on, you don't talk about the white man that gets shot and killed by the police. It don't become a fucking national news story.
But fantastic. What I'm saying is this.
What are we fighting for?
Just so you understand.
Let's get back to the topic, man.
I said this on my show earlier, and I want to make sure I say this now while I got you right here. Fantastic. It ain't because they white. I want to see if you can understand this difference. It ain't because they white. They just so happen to be white. So when you say the boogeyman, white man, and all this other shit, it's really offensive, bro. Because if they were pink people, guess what it would be? It would be, man, this shit all the pink man fault. If they were blue people, it'd be, man, it's the blue man fault. It ain't because they white. It's because of the position that they're in that we're putting the blame on their doorstep. They are the leadership in the country. They are responsible for these transformers. They are responsible for these alphabet people. They are responsible for all this mental illness. They are responsible for the cancer. They are responsible for the toxins in your food, the fucked up water. They did it all. I'm saying, why are we trying so hard to focus on somebody that you said was less than 1% of the community, and all they doing is attacking motherfuckers that look like them?
So again, the problem is this: it's not just motherfuckers that look like them, bro. It's the fact of the matter that innocent children and innocent people that have nothing to do and they have not directly offended these people. Okay. And like I said, it's crazy to me being
your word for that. I'm gonna let you know because
I'm not saying what. Take my word for what?
The children. I'm just saying I don't know about the children.
Yeah, I showed before you got here. I literally showed the cases. I'll pull it back up so you guys can see it again. But at least two of those cases where the children were killed, it was trans people. One was one kid, and one was, I think was either 4 or 5 children.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so that's why I've been harping on it
Fantastic.
like several times. So what I'm saying is this, bro, and again, I just don't get it why it's just got to be the white man. Why that has to be pointed out. Again, that's not important now. It's really not important. Like I said, that the white man is, like you said, the majority of the country, and all that stuff you're saying. I'm not denying it. I'm not going to argue it. I got you all day. Okay, the white man has caused all of the fucking atrocities and shit ever in America, right? But right now, the white part don't matter. Okay, the white part isn't the matter because the white part isn't the overrepresentation in mass shootings. And as you said earlier, and you agree with me, not saying you conceded, but you agreed, okay, that there's maliciousness and it's unfair to point out black men as being an overrepresentation in murders, right? In which people either maliciously, out of malicious ignorance or purposeful maliciousness, state that we commit the majority of crime, which isn't true. All right. Black men do the 51% is not true. It's not the fucking majority of crime. It's just, I think, like murders. Black men have the highest rate of murder, I think, maybe something like that, right? But
Sorry.
so what I'm saying is, if we as black men are tired of that and we need to shift it to something that's far more of an issue and problem, because like we said, right, if a black man killing somebody, out of all the people black men kill, for the most part, they're people that they had an issue or problem with, grown adults, or there's some kids there super duper fucked up, but it's few and far between. What we're saying is, out of the 30-some killings of mass shootings and political fucking motivated shootings, it's too many children involved, and they were all committed by trans people. And that's what we need to focus on as straight people, families, fathers, uncles, godparents, all that other shit to save the kids. I don't give a fuck about white people right now. Okay. All right. Shout out to Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is for the children. We're here to teach the children. You feel me? And I'm trying to fucking help America figure out their issue and problem as to why they're afraid. Okay. All right. Afraid to address the motherfucking LGBT and the T people community in something that's clearly an issue and a problem. Because like I said, no one has an issue and problem bringing up the black man overrepresenting. So why? I'm asking as a black man, and I think this is one of the most pro-black things we can be doing right now. All you blackity black niggas, the Umar Johnsons and the Tariq Nasheeds and shit, they not even talking about this. Okay? This should be the top of the fucking list and the number one thing. Talk about all these pro-black motherfuckers. Roland Martin, Boyce Watkins, all you pro-black niggas need to be like, hey man, why we ain't talking about these motherfucking these Decepticons, man? Why we ain't talking about these rainbow people, man?
Yeah, that's true.
I got a question, Fantastic. I got a question. Do you see a difference between a white man wearing a white dress and a KKK?
What?
What?
Brother,
Yeah, sure.
I think
It's
Diesel
on you,
had a
man.
point.
It might be something to that though.
Kids Yardy, it's on you, fam. Go ahead. Niggas trolling me, bro.
Wow, bro. Wow.
No, I agree with Mr. Fantastic, right? The focal point, Charlie Kirk, he was banging on black people. He was taking numbers like the stat that you brought up, that black people commit the most murders. But then when you break down the per capita and what it really means, 80% of white people attack. A white person is more at risk of being attacked by another white person by 80%, right? But now when it comes to this transgender person, they're not profiling that person. They're not breaking down per capita. They're not even bringing it up. So no, I do agree with Mr. Fantastic in that point. The motive behind why this person shot Charlie Kirk is because what he was talking about. And ironically, when he got shot, he was speaking about what? Transgender. So it's like these things link, and it should be looked into and paid attention to.
Oh my God, man! I can't take the internet no more, bro.
That's not true. Right when Charlie Kirk was answering something about transgender, he got shot.
It wasn't.
It wasn't transgender. It wasn't transgender. It was gang violence, bro. He was talking about gang violence. Yeah. So,
see what I mean?
Let me go to. Well, we corrected them, Beans. We both corrected them, bro.
I'm just saying. You see what I mean?
I talked about it earlier, Beans. The same thing happened on the other side, though. Just like niggas said he was saying disparaging thing about black people, but it's clipped. But so I mean, it happens on both sides, man. But shout out to Miss Plum. Miss Plum, how you doing? What you got for us? Mrs. Plum, rather. Are you there? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not really necessarily coming in here with any stats or anything like you guys have. I'm just coming in with observation. And you gave me insight when you gave the date on that law back in 1973 that they took homosexuality out of that book as a form of mental illness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's always the case whenever they do. We have these shootings, these mass shootings. They always look at the psychological profile of the person, and they always, a lot of times we always hear that they'll say, well, this person had a mental illness. And I find it, really weird that they actually took that out of the book. And then if you look at it gradually, the awareness, the representation of, that group became large. They got a lot of attention, they got protections. They even, you even had the stance where they were just as, uh, how should I put it, oppressed as those that the civil rights,
Miss
that
Miss
was
Plum,
for.
Miss
Yes.
Plum, can I just step in for 1 second right there? Interject, please.
Yes, come on.
That's a great point you made. Like I said, I say this all the time. It took LGBT people 8 years, two terms of Barack Obama to get any and everything it took black people over 100 years to fight for. Just to say. So I'm glad you're pointing that out, right? And one of the main things that group of people does is they juxtapose their struggles and their challenges
Yeah.
and things and treatment to
Hmm.
that of black people. So shout out to you for that. So go ahead, my bad. I just need to put that in there.
Yeah, they jump on the bandwagon, and say, they like to compare and they like to say it's just as, it's just like that, but it's not. Um, I'm saying all this to say, in my opinion, this is um a part of the agenda, another part of the agenda, because all of these things are distractions and divisions. I listened to how long you were in here trying to get them to look at the psychological standpoint of it. Like, don't focus on the color part. That's always there. We're always gonna have that. That's always gonna be an issue. That's never gonna go away. Okay, that between us and them is always there. It's a given. It's a piece of the division that's in the foundation. So I don't foresee it going anywhere. But to me, this is another form of a distraction and division that they are creating and using. As you're pointed out, you're saying, look at the shootings that have happened. Look at what their targets are. Their targets are children. Either they're taking them out, or they are also using children that are the transformers. If you pay attention, these people are young. So that means for most of their lives, they've been having what used to be a mental illness. Now it's the norm. They get all these labels, all these other options that they get to choose from, and it is disrupting them. So, in my opinion, and the way I see it, is that this is another form of I don't even know if I want to say Manchurian candidate, but it's like that's what it looks like to me. That's what it feels like, because this is now becoming, it's evolving. Like, it's like, they're basically overshadowing us. Like, this is the thing everybody's looking at. It's all about this group. I mean, they're making leaps and bounds. They look at, their struggles, this, that, and the third, yet they are unstable. And for you to take them out of the book, it's like that was actually a part of, their evaluations. Like, when they go and do their transforming, when they go get their procedures done, that was actually part of it. You had to have someone, um you had to do an evaluation, a psychological evaluation, to say if you were fit, if you didn't have any mental illnesses or anything, to allow you to go on. Now that they taken that out, now look at it. Everyone's out here getting body augmentations. Everybody's out here changing themselves, like, this is not what I am. I am really this. And they actually took this out of a medical. book, like a reference, and now we have all of this. Like it's not supposed to be a mental illness, right? It's a norm. It's a societal norm. So to me,
Can I ask Fantastic a question real quick, sis?
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fantastic. She said they took the alphabet shit out of the DSM-5.
Yeah.
She said they have an agenda to distract. She said they are performing these surgeries on these people to change them up. Who is they?
Who is they? That's her. I don't know. She's saying it. Who is they? Who
You're
are you
asking
referring to when
me?
you say they?
When
Yeah.
I say they, those who have the power, who has the power to take that terminology out of the book. I don't know that. I don't know. That's why I said I'm not coming in here with any stats or anything. I'm coming in here with observations. So I don't know who the they are, but
Yeah,
whoever
so
has the
so let me
power
answer the
to do
question.
that,
So they beings would be the actual group and the interest groups that paid for it to happen and
right?
that forced it to
Who?
happen. So that's
Yes,
not so the they hold on just real quick. I got it, Miss Plum. So they are the actual LGBT members. White people didn't just take it out, they had it in there. So the white people put it in there, okay? But the LGBT people were the people that, you know what I mean, wanted it taken out of there. So I mean, if that counts for anything.
and then you have to
Is that
look at the
right?
people that support them. So I don't know who those who those entities or who that entity is. It's just an observation that I'm making. So
But
that's
yeah, like, let me do these super chats real quick. My bad, I'm behind on them. Let me do these super chats, man. We'll get back into the conversation. Shout out to West Ham for the 5. Really appreciate you, brother. They can't talk about it because if they have to talk about it, the drugs they give trans, it would make the public question all the drugs we are giving. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you for the 5. Shout out to Lord Geotron for the 2. Appreciate you. Miss Fantastic 824. Some people are just awful. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Charles for the 5. Appreciate you. Umar says stuff. Should someone delete him for it? Shout out to Maurice Clark for the 2. Appreciate you. They use us to pass laws. Shout out to Day for the 5. Appreciate you, brother. It's sad black people need to bring up race to stay relevant in America. Shout out to Robert Platinum for the 2. Appreciate you. If you don't hit the like button, you are racist. And shout out to Zagu for the 5. Appreciate you, brother. Question was about trans shooting. Kirk's response was gang violence, for some odd reasons. Okay. Well, no, so that's even. So no, he was right then. My bad. Hold on. So Kish was right. So the question was, maybe you said the response, but maybe you got that part of it wrong. So he shot him during the time that the question was asked about trans something, right?
Yeah, that's what. Maybe you could play back the video. I don't know if you have the time for it.
Well, yeah, I don't that shit. Maybe
I guess you don't want to get flagged.
Yeah. All that shit right now. Playing anything related to that may be a little weird. Yeah, I'm not willing to risk the fucking stream for that shit. But if that's the case, that makes but this further, this further proves my point.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
Okay, if he was asking a question about trans, asking a question. Not regardless of what the response was, and he was shot during the response about a question against trans, and that's another thing that's being speculated now. Those people that are in they're alleging accomplices, right?
But hold on, but it's also in connection. It's also in connection to whoever. If this is a alleged lover, or is this a fact that this is his lover, the trans dude?
Huh? It's a fact, bro. His
a
family
fact?
said, yeah, it's a fact. So hold on, let me show. So the reason why it's called his roommate, that's what his family said. His family is a Republican traditional family. The dad, everybody's blanking up but trying to make this dude be a Trump supporter. His family is a fucking conservative Republican family. Okay, he's living with his fucking transgender lover.
Roommate. Okay, lover.
They call the family. Let me bring it back up so we can understand where the term came from or the choice of words roommate was given. I'm gonna show y'all this. Right. What up, really? Give me a second, bro. I'm bringing you right in, man.
No, you good. You good. I'm listening.
All right. So let me see where we at. Where the fuck is this thing at? No, I didn't close it up. Oh, okay, hold on. Listen. Let me enlarge it so you guys can see it. A relative of Twigs confirmed post Saturday that yes, they were roommates.
Ooh.
So the roommate shit is a conservative traditional family that didn't want everybody to know that he out here, you know.
So that means those things could be tied. Him getting assassin popped right at the time when he answered the question, and this.
And furthermore, listen, the family member who asked not to be identified said Twigs was the black sheep of their St. George, Utah family, but declined to speculate on a romantic relationship between the two men. So this motherfucker, again, clearly, bro, the beans. I know y'all think white people is crazy as hell, and I agree. And white boys play way too many motherfucking gay games.
Yep.
But as far as going so far as to live with a trans person as a roommate, no straight man ever, bro.
I mean, I can dig it. Again, that's why for me, I just don't. When they first put out the stuff initially, I just don't buy into it. But I do want to ask you this one thing, because you said earlier that you didn't think that Charlie Kirk was saying what he was saying about Martin Luther King because he was black. But we don't have any evidence that he said that Donald Trump was a horrible person. If the reason that he said Martin Luther King was a horrible person because he cheated on his wife, why he ain't never said it about Trump?
Because being, you know, he's a Republican pundit that helped the man get interviewed. I mean, get the man get elected. So I mean, if he was asked the question directly and he didn't answer it, I guess you can make the what's the name then, right? But if he's never asked that question to even answer it, I mean, it's, you feel me?
But he has made, you know, come on, this is me. So you know,
I got you. That's what I'm saying. I'm acknowledging what you're saying, but I'm also countering it with the counterpoint. We do this all the time.
But you know, I can like pull up quotes of his, right? You know, I did it before I even brought this up, right?
Yeah, I'm not refuting the quotes. Listen, I'm not refuting the quotes. Now, if you're telling me that you didn't, well, you're saying that somebody asked him about Donald Trump and he refused to answer, or he didn't give the same answer. I mean, you got it. But if you're talking about what you're saying, I'm not refuting that at all.
What I'm expressing is this idea that we keep that we were talking about earlier, where you're saying, oh, he didn't say this because Martin Luther King was black. He definitely did. It's too much other evidence, right, to suggest this. He has a video where he says today is Juneteenth. Guess what? It shouldn't be a holiday. I'm on my way to work.
Oh, he said that?
And I'm talking about that's the whole video. It's today is June.
Yeah, he said he's like in his car. Fantastic. He said it.
Yeah. Listen, bro. Listen, bro. Y'all telling me new shit. This is not about Charlie Kirk for me.
Yeah.
I am not a Charlie Kirk fan. I only follow the dude. I say, and I even truly follow him. I know of him, like I said, as he do something go viral. As much as y'all niggas like putting this jacket on me about the white man and conservative and all this other shit and so on and so forth, and I think my fucking team just lost. Okay. About to lose. I don't fucking know. But either way, right?
Yeah, Georgia, buddy.
Wait, the Bulldogs finna lose?
I'm only saying it now because I didn't get to address it.
He missed the field goal. He missed it.
Oh, shit.
He missed that bitch.
It must be the Bulldogs.
Of course.
Yeah. Go Dogs.
He missed it or did he make it? Yeah, he missed it. Yes. Let's go. He fucking missed it. Yeah. All right, great. So go Dogs. But nah, man, this is what I'm saying, Beans. Again, bro, I am not in this again. maybe it's the military shit or whatever. My point and my issue and problem with the black community is that we focus too much on the racial aspect of things when, bro, it don't, and especially the white man. Again, bro, the white man power is
Yeah, that
everybody's.
shit getting tired.
Yeah, bro, I just think it's way too many other things that we need to be worried about on our own end that we can fix, and a whole bunch of other groups that have a lot more power and that we're not acknowledging, and we refuse to even challenge because the white man's an easy target. Right, the white man is what you always been: racism, slavery, Jim Crow, all that stuff. And it was. I'm not dismissing it. I'm not saying it was super duper fucked up. I'm not saying any of those things. But as everything else has evolved in this country, so have other groups of people. They're fucking, like I was saying the other day, Indians are far more racist than white people.
Yep.
Okay. Wait, let me ask you this question though. Fantastic.
You're talking about Eastern Indians, not Native Americans, right?
Yeah, the red dots, not the feathers.
No, I
Go ahead.
just want to make the distinction.
Yeah, red dots, no feathers. Go ahead, Beans.
Okay, so just a real quick number off the top of your head. How long would you say that white people have been irrelevant for discussion? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years?
Irrelevant for discussion as far as what? You got to give me the whole concept.
What you're saying now? You're saying it's irrelevant.
Racial shit?
Yes. So just give me a number.
Least
10, 20, 30.
When did Obama get elected?
Oh, 08. So that was
since 08.
17 years ago.
Yeah, so since 08.
So 17 years. Okay. So
yeah,
17 years from now, if black men and black women's relationships are still in the same state it is, are you gonna say it's irrelevant to talk about them?
What are you talking about?
No, because it would still be a prevalent problem. What you're challenging is you're saying that black people are in the same state in 2008 as they are as we were in 2000 now? Are you saying we've had no progression? You said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're crazy, bro. I literally have several. Hold on, just let me reply, and then you got it. I have several data points that can disprove that point. Everything from incarceration, from earning, from home ownership, from a lot. It's too much shit, bro, that I could, outside of your opinion, that I could use to disprove that point. So if you're talking
so let me ask you. So since you're using the 2008, right, as the data point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you say that there's more black people in America than it was in 2008?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there would be more people. I don't know about how much, but I mean, yeah.
Exactly. And people got older. More people made it to 40 years old. More people was on their job longer.
Those are all positive.
Those are all positive. Absolutely, but fantastic. It's irrelevant. During slavery, fantastic. During slavery, black people had the bag, had jobs, had businesses, had all that other shit. In the early 1900s, in the heart of KKK, we had black millionaires. So that's irrelevant because people have been able to have jobs and buy a goddamn house. Who cares? How about this?
No.
From 2004, from 2000, I don't know if I'm wrong. No, 2004 to 2014, police officers didn't have body cams. From 2014 to 2024, police have had body cams and they've killed more people.
Kill more people or kill more black people?
Definitely more black people, but I'm just saying in general, yes, more people.
Okay, so what? That's a correlation causation fallacy, bro. That don't mean
it's
shit.
not about it being a fallacy. What I'm saying
it is a fallacy. Hold on. You can't do that. It is a fallacy. If we're having a debate, we're having a discussion. We have what's name. That's a correlation causation fallacy. As you said, you already defeated your own point because there are more people in America. So if there are more people in America from 2014 to that time span and so on and so forth, which means there's going to be more police interactions with more people
in the first year.
Now you're adding more
fantastic.
You're adding more context to it, though.
But this is what I'm trying to get you to. It's me, fantastic. So
I understand.
I'm not trying to do no fallacies and all that other shit, right? So that's what I'm trying to. It's me. I'm not. I don't feel like I should have to give you all the context because it's me. In the first year of cameras, the murders went up by 100.
Okay, so
what
do you think? Yeah, okay. So, but that still doesn't mean anything. That just simply means you had a more violent year. So I'm pretty sure at some point in time. Hold up. So did that peak?
Remember what the point of contention was. Just remember what the point of contention was. The point of contention is that it's somehow better for black people. How? Where's it at?
Yeah, it is.
Jobs and houses.
No, because not just jobs and houses, just overall living conditions, lower incarceration rates, all the things y'all say that are issues and problems that the white man wasn't allowing you to do. Black people owning more own businesses, black people having more wealth, black men specifically, their dealings and so on and so forth, and the way that we're moving. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to make the argument you're making, Beans, to where nothing is, well, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want that'll be hyperbolic, right?
Thank you.
But I'm clarifying. I'm gonna give the context so it doesn't come off that way. Okay, so I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, but I'll make sure I get it so it doesn't just blanket.
Absolutely.
Right. So when you brought up slavery and niggas had houses and money in the bag and all this shit back in slavery, okay, all right. So do we agree with the premise that if something increases, the same thing, houses, money, the bag, and fucking progress increase exponentially since fucking slavery? Is that not a fucking positive?
Yes, it's a positive.
All right, then. So what are we talking about?
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. If it hold on, wait just real quick, I'm gonna say you got it. I'm saying you got it. Now, if it would have stayed the same or had decreased since slavery, I concede all day. Beans, you are right. Okay, but still, when we quantify things and we say, hey, comparison to slavery, then Jim Crow, and all this shit, and so on and so forth, and you look at the leaps and bounds that black people have made in this country, you can't say that there's been no improvement, there's been no difference.
What I'm saying is this, but I'm not trying to do the, so I could do the broad picture.
What's the bigger point, Beans? Because
go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Well, you got it.
No. I want to hear what you was finna say. Go ahead.
So basically, I mean, if you really want to be telling honestly, black people are in position of power. If you look at all the major cities, we got black mayors, black district attorneys, and we still messing up. If you making it a color thing, they still messing up in positions of power.
What do you mean when you say messing up? What do you mean when you say messing up?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, Bill. Hold
Look
on.
at your man Chicago. That's a great example. The man Chicago.
No, I'm just asking a clarifying question. Don't take that as whatever you about to do with that. Go ahead. Beans, my bad.
So just hold on real quick, Beans, before you go. I gotta point this out. I'm literally seeing this real time. So I'm reading this now. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. I know you can see it on the screen, but I'm highlighting it, right? So listen, bro. Kirk 31 was struck in the neck by a single bullet shortly after being posed a question on his American Comeback college speaking tour about transgender mass shooters. Okay, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Niggas are focused on the fucking answer when we should have been focused on the fucking question. This motherfucker that asked this question could be a fucking accomplice.
Yep.
Because he shot the man when this question came up.
Yep.
That's not no fucking coincidence, bro.
I thought that 15 minutes ago when you said it.
It's like when
Shoot, I thought that when it first happened.
It's like when that guy when Malcolm X got hit said, what's in your pockets?
Get your hands out my pocket.
Get your hands out my pocket.
That was the signal. Yeah.
Yeah,
bro, this shit was there the whole time, and we worried about the totally wrong shit, bro. Jesus Christ,
I don't disagree with you. Fantastic.
That's even crazy. But let me get Beans. Go ahead and then it's on Rilla, man. I'm sorry to make you wait, Rilla. Go ahead, Beans.
So people have been arguing that that's not our struggle, right? You saying we should use it to our advantage, right, to change the narrative. I'm not even arguing with you that we shouldn't, even though I don't think we should. I'm not even really trying to have that debate with you right now. What I want to address what the brother just said, though, because he said that these people are in positions of power. So if they have so much power, why is it that even though they telling Trump don't send the military still showing up? Maybe because that shit ain't really power. That's not, but being a mayor, being an alderman, that shit is only power to the people under you. That shit ain't no power. They don't get
power though.
Bro, hold on, Beans.
Come on, Beans. Listen, bro. We've been here before, bro. We've been here before.
I gotta say this. I gotta get really.
Roller coaster, bro.
I gotta say this. I gotta get really and really been patient, man. Then we got two more other brothers came up. Beans, bro. You doing this thing where it's you eliminating anything that, like, you know, come on, bro. No, like you said, being a mayor, bro, is power. Even if you say it's the people, only the people under you, a whole city is under you, bro. You literally determine the direction and the money and the funds and the education. A lot of shit that the fucking city does, especially we talking about like major cities like Chicago, Baltimore. I mean, these are major cities. DC, Washington, DC, the nation's fucking capital. Come on, bro.
Go back to what I said earlier, Beans. Geographics and language. Geographics and language, bro.
Hold on, let me ask Fantastic something. Did the crime go down in DC when Trump took over?
It did.
When he took over, no.
I'm done with y'all, bro. Y'all
No,
be
I
on
said,
bullshit.
well, hold on. Well, Beans, calm down, brother. I didn't say that. I said when he took over immediately, no.
No. He's right, fantastic. He's right. But the fact that he could say that shit means he know exactly what it is that I'm saying. The mayor out there was this black woman, if I'm correct. I think the one,
yes,
the
black woman.
Okay,
Marion
somehow
Bowser.
she got all this goddamn power, but somehow the crime went down once Trump took over. Can you explain that?
Easily, I can easily explain that. When you're president of the fucking United States that has a different outlook on crime and is put out there to the people, niggas know how to act, right? Niggas act different with I mean, Beans, hold on, Beans. I'm
saying they respect the real power.
Yes, the president is the ultimate power. But when the last president didn't give a fuck about the crime, and the last president had a laissez-faire attitude for criminals, especially criminals of color, and you know you could get away with the shit, you weren't gonna be prosecuted.
But the specific in that fantastic is DC though. Right.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, the specific. Go ahead, my bad.
Y'all
see, no, Beans, you gotta know the geographics of what you're talking about.
I knew new people up here. We've been keeping it level. Let's keep it level so everybody can speak and whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna let everybody get in. But hold on,
when
Mike.
President Obama was the president.
No, brother, Mike. No,
Okay.
brother, Mike. No, not yet. Just hold it. Hold your mule. So Beans, again, bro. Again, you military shit and Diesel know this too, right? With a regime change, with the fucking head change, the motherfucking colonel, the captain, the whatever change, the temperature and the fucking mood changes. Everybody knows that. Okay, it's a whole. When they say it's a new sheriff in town, Trump is the ultimate fucking sheriff. Okay, and the niggas in DC understood that, and then you had not only that, his administration, fucking the legal force of the United States of America, that had a totally different, that had a 180 from the attitude of the previous fucking administration, bro.
But hold on, fantastic. Also, an ambassador got killed in DC right before he put out the military. See, people don't know that it's not about just blacks. He's not worried about them. It's about what happened in DC. It was an ambassador who got killed earlier before that happened, bro. And so why not, you know?
Well, yeah, and the shit that happened with the white boy that used to be on dogs. But I got to get Rilla in here, man. Rilla been patient. Rilla, greatly appreciate your patience.
No, man. Hey, shout out to Fantastic. Shout out to Diesel, man. I just had an amazing discourse with him as well. I'm actually headed to Little Brother last performance, man. So I'm on 10 right now. I don't know who was talking earlier, but I actually, if you don't mind me pivoting, I really was asking a clarifying question when the brother said something about the cities doing bad under black leaders. I think that was what was posited on the floor. Something about
that was me.
City. Yeah. Who was that? So just so I know who I'm talking to.
Art. You're talking to Art.
All right. Shout out to you, Art. I'm on the road, so I can't really look down at my camera. Then shout out to Hey, Fantastic. You know I'm always giving your flowers for the King Randall shit, fam. Like I still ain't seen nobody do what you did in this space. So shout out to you always.
Oh, man, no problem. Appreciate you, man. For sure.
Yeah. Hey, but look, fam, what do you mean, right? So like when I look at Chicago, and again, you know, we like to throw numbers around, so I would, you know, generously say 30% crime rate down, right? I would hope we would all agree with that. You know, we got a black mayor. Let me do it this way. We got a black mayor, black lieutenant governor, black attorney general, 19 black aldermen. I know what Bean said. And Beans is my brother, but you can't even get black businesses in some of these wards without approval from the aldermen, right? So, you know, no, I would say in Chicago, we probably in the best position as a people to have things enacted on our behalf. But when you say things are still going wrong, I'm just curious, and this is the honest question, can you clarify what you mean by, you know, like things are messing up or something about messing up or something like that? What were you saying?
What's up, Rilla? No, you know, I never brung up your specific city when I brung that up. But no, because my peoples was in the politics about 15 years ago. So for me, I think for us, because it's been years, bro. We've been had positions of power, bro. I think it's been since the damn 50s and 60s, bro. We've been leveling up as far as we vote our people in. The problem is somehow we become corrupted, bro. I'm not going as far as I know the answer, bro. But what I know is we mess ourselves over at the end. Somehow we become greedy. You get what I'm saying? And we play ourselves. And now look, the migrants are taking over our community. And I don't know Chicago, bro. But I'm telling you where I'm from. And what I'm saying is it ain't what it used to be even 15 years ago, Rilla. I mean, there's more Mexicans, Latinos. I don't know where they from, but they wasn't here 15, 20 years ago, bro. That's all I gotta say.
So can I say something?
Wait, Diesel, before you go ahead, dang, no, go ahead, Diesel. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, go ahead, Diesel.
Yeah.
So Gorilla, I don't agree with you in the 30% because it has been shown and proven that Chicago was miscategorizing their violent crimes to show that their crimes were going down. So I don't agree.
So when I say 30%, what is the exact stat? And then what would you counter that with?
I don't have it in front of me, but
Right.
I know there was
neither. Go ahead. I'm sorry, please go ahead.
I know there was an investigation that was done that showed that Chicago was miscategorizing, and it happens all the time. Departments do it all the time. It's happened so many times that they miscategorize it so they can try to show that crime has gone down.
Right. So again, what I'm saying is the reference point, right? When we say 30% since when, right? Like, so you have to have a baseline to say, so it's not 30% since 2024 or 30% since Brandon Johnson took office. What is the baseline, right? Because I'm pretty sure, I mean, you guys do numbers and stuff. I'm not the numbers guy. I'm the, I'm the read, like words. Like, I'm the autodidactic. I don't do the, like, Fantastic is excellent with, and Media Man is excellent with the stats, right? But I assume that you would have to have a baseline for what you're measuring against. So I'm pretty sure if I say, oh no, crime is definitely down 30% to like the 1990s, right? You would come in and say, oh no, that's off. Crime is down, or crime is actually up compared to blah, 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 blah. So when you counter my point, my question is, what exactly are you countering using what baseline? Because all of y'all in, whatever, like however you use KPIs, I work customer face and I told y'all that. We have to, use KPIs and metrics and stuff like that. And we can leverage that based on whatever. I can go to LY, I can go to 2 years ago, I can go to 5-10 years ago, right? But based on how I measure it against whatever time frame, then that would determine the accuracy of the number. You see what I'm saying, Diesel?
Yes, but the problem with that argument is that we still don't know how long they have been miscategorizing those stats, right? So I can't tell you how long they've been doing it, so I don't know. I can't give you a baseline of.
Let's do it this way. So when they measure, you're the expert.
Hold on. What does that mean?
No, Beans, please don't do that.
What does that mean?
No, Beans, don't do it. I'm actually about to ask, but I'll let you go, Beans. Just let me ask this clarified question. So when you guys are measuring crime, how do y'all do that, Diesel?
What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean by measuring crime?
Right. So when you do your data, and I'm not the stat guy, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. When y'all do the measurement for data of crime statistics, and I think y'all include homicides and reported
crime. It's crazy how you
and
up here defending y'all crime in Chicago is outrageous, Arilla. It's up here. You crazy? You defending this?
Who's this cutting in again?
It's Art. You defending the crime in Chicago?
So again,
out, bro. Let him get his point out. Go ahead.
I think wait, but Fantastic. This is important too, right? I think because you have people that can either articulate or explain or discuss a situation, y'all would take that for excusing or defending. Hold on, let me cut my camera on because I'm like here in the city, bro. Hold on, I'm here in the city. I'm maneuvering around. I literally was on another panel. I'm not gonna mention that panel, Fantastic Joint, but I literally took y'all niggas from 63rd and Cottage Grove to 63rd and King Drive. Took y'all over the Parkway Gardens, aka O Block. Took y'all around the corner to Mama Till, Emmett Till's house, right? So I brother, please let me have this discussion with Diesel because I'm trying to get a baseline before Beans go in because I know how antsy he get. When you guys went because I want to understand too, for my personal, when I go into these meetings with my alderman and my precinct watch commander, Diesel, when they give us these statistics and they say they're measuring crime, how do y'all measure crime? What do y'all include when y'all are measuring crime?
We measure it from year to year. So like if you have, let's say you have 5 homicides in 2024, 2023, and then 2024 you have 1, That's how you measure if it's going up or down. But the problem is that if in 2024 you have a rise in homicides, and then in 2023 you have a rise in homicides, and then 2024 you're seeing that you're coming to that same number, you have some departments that say, okay, we're not going to say this is homicide, we're going to say this is a simple assault. We're going to say that this is instead of it being a statutory, AS, we're going to say
Right.
this was regular, saying, R word.
So Diesel, is your point of contention that Chicago padded those stats based on that? Is that what you're saying? Or because I'm curious also to know what report you and fantastic.
Well,
Thank you for giving me grace.
Let me. So Diesel, let me step in for a second. So this wasn't just an issue and problem with Chicago, Rilla. No pun intended, brother, but Chi-Town, right? So we mess it up. So
go ahead.
So this also happened in DC, right?
Yep.
To the point of where real
right.
shit. There's actually a guy that's. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rilla. Go ahead.
No. I'm agreeing with you.
There's actually an investigation that's been proven there, and they're saying it, and they think it's political. It's political because, of course, Trump is in office, and to justify not sending the National Guard, the first thing you want to do is cook the books, right? So what's happening is, like he said, and this has been said officially by I think it was Diesel. What do they call it? The police police unions were saying, hey, this is absolutely fucking impossible, bro. You don't see a motherfucking 30% drop in crime, especially violent crime and murders and shit, hardly ever. Okay, it's like an anomaly. It's like damn near impossible. So what happened
year over year, right?
Population grows.
That sounds crazy.
Go ahead, Diesel.
When population grows, you're going to have a rise in crime. That's just the nature of the game. So if you have a rise in population, but a decline in the crimes that were the major crimes that you were answering or responding to, then there will be an investigation, especially if you're submitting those numbers to the FBI. They're going to do an investigation. And the main reason why is because they're wanting to see if what you're doing is working or you're just lying.
So other cities can follow it, and so that can be implemented across the board because it's successful. Not a Diesel, man. Again, man.
Fantastic.
Just real quick, brother. Hey, man, Diesel, I greatly appreciate you, brother, for always taking time out your day and giving us your wealth of knowledge and experience, brother. Again, man, we undervalue those of us which have the answers. Of course, no one has all the answers.
Right.
Is seasoned, decorated, in uniform, giving you this information. And shout out to Rilla for hey, not you know what I mean, not you know what I'm saying, trying to deny any of the shit he's saying and so on and so forth. A lot of niggas do that, right? They see the police and fuck police type shit. So, you know what I mean? So shout out to y'all, man, for
I ain't seen Diesel in a minute, man. I miss Diesel, man. So Diesel, let me ask you this. And fantastic, you can feel free to chime in. I like what y'all said, right? Y'all said as the population rises.
I got y'all coming in, Meriwether and Geotron too, man. I got y'all brothers coming in.
I'm gonna go on mute in 2 seconds. I don't want to derail the conversation. Diesel, I'm fantastic. I only really come up specifically on Chicago. I get on 10 about strictly Chicago shit. So whatever else y'all talking about, cool. But I was just strictly talking about Chicago. Could either one of you gentlemen articulate the population or the pattern of the Black population in the city of Chicago? Whether that's growing or decreasing?
No, I can't.
Right, I can tell you it's decreasing.
Okay.
Right, in particular, right? Again, I say this all the time: Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, in that order, really specifically in that order, right? So in that regard, I'm still curious because I would agree that year over year, I wouldn't even articulate that the crime has gone down 30% from last year. I don't even think I've looked at that number or that stat. But what would you say in regard to that? If you know that the population is, and I'm just saying specifically Black Chicago, but the numbers, we're still the third largest city in the country or whatever, but Houston is right there. So you have a declining population. So wouldn't that attribute to the fact or add credence to the fact that the decreasing numbers are also in correlation to the fact that you have a declining population?
Yes, you would, but you wouldn't have that much of a decrease, though. That's what I'm saying. Like you're saying,
I don't disagree with you.
You're saying a 30% decrease, but has the population decreased from 30%?
But he didn't say 30%.
That part I don't know. But the I don't know who that. I don't know who.
I'm sorry, Rilla, but you just
go ahead, Beans. My bad. I go on mute. Go ahead, Beans.
He didn't say 30% over 1 year. That was the point he was trying to argue.
I didn't either, Beans. I didn't either,
man. I didn't say that you did. I'm saying he didn't say that, right? So it's irrelevant. You said you disagree with what he said, but he didn't say 30% over 1 year. That's the whole point he was trying to make earlier was what are we comparing the 30% to? So like last year, it was about reportedly 500 some murders in Chicago. But in 1994, when I was in the thick of shit, it was way more than that. It was almost like 1,000 murders, right? So,
but that's not my point, Beans. My point is,
I ain't saying it is. You ain't trying to hear mine. You just ready. You just
yes, I am. My point is,
you looking for somewhere to jump in instead of letting me talk and listening to understand. The fact of the matter is, you said you disagreed with the man when he said that crime was down 30%. Okay, then. So what do you disagree with? Because he never said he was talking about 1 year.
I disagree on any stats that they come up with crime going down because they cook the books.
Cool. So then there it is. That's why I'm saying this conversation becomes circular after that. You ain't gonna trust nothing that's coming out of there. Cool, that's fine. But at the end of the day, y'all be saying all this extra shit sometimes. I don't think y'all be listening to yourself. Fantastic was just making an argument about how better black people are doing. Oh, it's so many more degrees. It's so many more motherfuckers got Ferraris and shit, houses, long-term jobs, 100,000 a year, millionaires, all this other extra ass shit. Could it be possible that a lot of motherfuckers just ain't doing as bad as they used to be? Could it be possible that really is right when he's saying not that the population of the city is decreasing, but the black population of the city is decreasing because a lot of them are moving out there. They're not even the number one minority anymore. The Hispanics took that over, right? I'm just saying that's to Chicago. Right, but to the bigger point where it all stemmed from was the brother saying that when black people get into those positions of powers, they still be fucking up. No, they do the same shit everybody else do in those positions. They do the exact same shit, but because they black, it's a bigger spotlight on them. They ain't supposed to do that shit. Not only that, when they don't fix the shit that ain't fixable, because most of it is economical anyway, then we look at them and say, see, the black people in those positions and they couldn't even fix shit. Meanwhile, I just told you under Daily, we had double the murders that it was last year. All right, cool. All right, let me get
cool.
Skip past it. No acknowledgement. Well, no, not, brother. I'm just not gonna refute you. Beans, you said what you had to say, brother. I got other people on here that ain't said nothing. Okay, but we shouldn't, respectfully though, we shouldn't only say something when it's refuting, right? That's another thing I think people need to probably start getting shot over. We shouldn't only have something to say when it's a refuting. When it's a refutation, sometimes we could say, damn, I see your point. Damn, I get what you're saying. Damn, that makes sense. Right?
Well, no, I still don't agree with you, but I don't want to belabor it. What's name? Because I actually do know the numbers. I just had this debate with Sean on like a week ago. So the 30% shit is right. That's the claim that Chicago actually made over a year. So what you're talking about, that's why I let you get your whole shit off. And I didn't interrupt you at all. I let you get the whole shit because I knew the context. Okay. So again, it's just like you informing me of a stat I didn't know about. Maybe you didn't know about the stat because you hadn't had the discussion.
Okay? I didn't, which is why I never argued. I only argued.
Right, so that's why I didn't walk. But I don't agree with you, and I don't have time to counter what you're saying right now because I got other people on here that hadn't spoken, brother. It wasn't offensive.
I understand that, but fantastic. The basis of my statement wasn't even about the 30%, and I think you know that.
Yeah, but I don't agree. I don't agree with your premise overall. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I still don't agree with your premise. I don't. But right, like I said, I have other people to get in, so that's why I'm just saying I got you for now. We'll come back to it after I get them. You know what I mean? Through. Mike, it's on you.
I gotta run, man. Y'all be good. I appreciate
you.
Hey,
appreciate you, bro.
Hey, fantastic. I was gonna I guess give Beans an assist when it comes to black leadership. Historically, black people have always said, well, that black so-called leader is just a figurehead. And I'm gonna give you an example. When President Obama was elected in 2008, black people kept on saying, well, he can't do it yet. We got to give him a little bit more time because if he tries to do something for black people right now, white people will get them up out of there. Is that fair? Is
No, it's
that
not fair.
an argument?
No, it's not fucking fair. No,
Is that not
no,
what
it's
black
not
people
fair.
were
You
saying?
asked me the question. Can you gonna accept the answer?
Okay, but let me ask you, was that not what black people were saying?
Nick, don't listen, bro. I don't give a fuck what niggas was saying. Niggas don't understand politics. This had nothing to do with fucking what he would have did for black people. Barack Obama directly came out and said, and you're not even doing that. This is why I hate having this conversation with you niggas. He said, just for Kamala Harris to remix and say the same shit. Oh, I can't do something that's just for black people. That's not how it works. He said that. He said that. Nobody forced him to say that.
Oh, I believe he was forced.
And then, hold on, brother. And then he turned around and guess what he did? He put the rainbow community over the niggas.
Like
So
I don't know that.
After
Like
he
I
said
don't know
that,
that.
after he said I'm not black people president.
Hey, brother, can I finish?
Go ahead.
I'm talking. I haven't talked. It's not like I don't know that. However, the black politicians who have come in and promised the dominant society they were going to play ball and just do what they told them to do, and then actually did something for the black population, they got demonized. And I'll give you a prime example. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Marion Barry. Marion Barry tricked those people up there in DC, and then they hit him with the scandal with the crack cocaine, and then his people still reelected him. But Marion Barry was making sure that black contractors were actually getting these contracts. He double-crossed the dominant society. He told them when he got elected the first time, "Oh, I'm gonna just play ball. I'm just gonna be the good Negro, basically." But when he got in, he helped the black population, and then in turn, the black population helped him by getting him reelected. But it's only a few black politicians that will go to bat for their constituents.
Okay, so what does that have to do? So
I agree with me.
It's two problems.
There's no politician. There's no
It's
black
two problems.
politician. There's no black politician that's really going to go to bat and actually has power. He or she
This
is
is
just going to
crazy,
be
bro.
a cog
This is
in the
fucking
machine
crazy.
and do what those people tell them to do.
Bro, this is
That's
fucking
not crazy.
crazy, bro. This is
that
fucking
crazy?
ridiculous. This is your prime example. You prove my point. You niggas just want to be victims, bro. I can't believe you're fucking telling me the powerful man in the free fucking world don't got power, bro. That is crazy. And then I didn't cut nobody off. This is my shit, and I'm letting everybody talk. Please let me say what the fuck I want to say when I'm speaking. So, like I was saying, okay, the most powerful motherfucker on the planet. First, y'all complain and say, "Oh, the white people, black people said if he would have did something for niggas, they wouldn't have got him back in." They elected him by the masses, white people, okay, all right, by the masses, all right. Niggas don't. There are not enough niggas in here to even really sway the vote for real. We really want to get into it, bro. Like, what are we doing? Okay, if 100% of white people voted for one candidate, 100% of niggas vote for the other one, who gonna win? All right, that's a rhetorical question. We already know the answer. What I'm saying is this, bro. Niggas have a very, very low understanding of politics and how things work and so on and so forth. And niggas have never demanded anything of politicians. That's why they make excuses for politicians, not giving them anything, and then voting fucking one party for your entire fucking existence. Okay, the LBJ curse is still fucking running. This is why niggas got Trump derangement syndrome and Trump this and Trump hate black people and Trump racist and Trump that. And you know who motherfucking have some of the largest percentage of fucking service jobs, like servers and waiters? Black women. You know who loves who need overtime and need to be making as much money as motherfucking possible? Black people. So what again? Niggas want to stick to politics, don't know shit about politics, and want to complain about shit, bro. You brought up Marion Barry, dog. Out of all people, you brought up Marion Barry. Marion Barry got caught smoking crack on fucking camera, my nigga. He got reelected.
I told you why. If
that ain't power, it don't matter about why.
You missed the second part of what he said, though, fam. Yeah, you missed the second part of what he said.
Hold on. Bro, I'm talking, brother.
He got reelected. Yeah.
Let me calm down. Brother. The man was smoking crack.
which is an illegal fucking thing to do, okay, as a mayor of a major city. I don't give a fuck what setup. I don't give a fuck who's recording or any of this shit. He shouldn't have been smoking the crack. Okay?
I don't
There is no
disagree.
why. The why is that he was out here smoking crack.
There is
That's
a
the why.
You just don't want to hear the why, because he's not doing
He smoked
anything.
crack.
He's not doing nothing no different than a mayor that's snorting coke.
Oh, yo, damn.
And you best believe
Damn,
that
G, don't do that.
We're gonna come back to you, bro. We're gonna come back to you, Mike. You get Lord Giltron here. Lord Giltron been waiting, bro. Go ahead, Lord Giltron.
Bullshit.
Hey, yo, Mr. Fantastic, you got some stuff on your hands tonight, dog. You hear me, man?
Yeah, well, go ahead, man. What's up?
All I want to say is this, bro. I believe in the Bible. I sometimes become a Bible thumper when I'm in these spaces. I believe in the God of the Bible. I believe that he's real. And I love him with all my heart, mind, soul, and strength. I love country second, because without country, I don't have freedom, and I can't hope for the future of my future generations. So I love country second. I love family and my fellow man third, because family, my fellow man, or whatever, because of that God that I love and believe in his word, I love every human being as I love myself. With that being said, if we stop looking at ourselves as something other than American, the most powerful people on earth, if we stop looking at ourselves as something other than that, stop looking at this country like it's our oppressor or our enemy, and start looking at this country like it's our possession. All your problems, systemic racism, white supremacy, all of that will go away. Straight up. That's the difference between being strong and weak, bro. You put your dislikes to the back. You make what you are bigger than who you are. And you put the feminine stuff out of the way. Straight up and down. Forget being ashamed of your country, hating it, and wanting to destroy it. Start loving your country, taking pride in it. Because it's the only country where written in the law you can live for today to plan for your future generations. That's all I got to say. Thanks for having me, Mr. Fantastic. I'm out of here.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yo, see
Appreciate
this
you, man.
right here. This right here is why the self-deletion rates is going up. Because niggas like myself can't take this shit, bro. That corny ass, that whole diatribe was just corny as hell, bro. For no reason at all.
Because you love God, country, and family?
Yeah. The whole shit was just corny as hell for no reason at all,
So you
bro.
gonna delete yourself because of that?
Yeah, because I'm tired of niggas.
Say.
Because I'm tired of just this corny ignorance for no fucking reason. For no reason at all. Like that shit do you understand that what he just described was exactly what black people was doing when they was lynching them? Trying to love country, trying to be accepted by the country. That's exactly what we have been doing for over 100 years. What the fuck is he talking about? I think we have completely ingratiated ourselves into the country. The country ain't the problem. People are. The country is the landmass. Here's the thing about it. I heard somebody say this earlier. I think you might know who he is. Fantastic. It's the white boy who did that. The Matrix of some. What is that white boy? I can't. It'll come to me.
Reeves?
No, not no movie. So it's a documentary. The Matrix of Power is what it's called. I can't remember the white boy name, but he passed away. But he said you don't have freedom, you have liberty. Liberty, that's why they had a Statue of Liberty, right? Liberty is given to you. And this is sure as it's given to you, it can be taken away from you. It ain't freedom if somebody have to give it to you. He said, I have freedom because of the country. Literally, that is the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. But see, that's what I'm saying. Because I actually think deeper, I sound crazy. And everybody else sound fucking sane. A country can't give you freedom. Freedom is something that you would have innately. That's what for no reason at all. Just saying this goofy shit. We don't never tackle nothing. We can't never acknowledge nothing. Fantastic say, I disagree with your premise. I swear to God, I got $100 say he can't tell you what the premise was that he actually disagreed with.
At this point, nigga, I don't remember, but you can tell me and I don't remember, bro. I'm Beans, you're not the only one up here, dog.
I know I'm not the only one up here. That's not my point.
I'm like, hold on, just real quick, Bean.
That's
Real
it.
quick, Bean.
That's
Beans,
it.
I giving you nothing but grace, bro. I make
Yes,
sure
I'm
everybody.
not mad at you,
Bro.
Fantastic.
Hold
You know
on, bro. So it's no need for you to even say what you just said, though. Like this shit is unfair or anything at any point in time, or like the shoot that shot. Nigga, I don't remember what the fuck we just said. I'm trying to moderate a fucking channel. I'm looking at the chat. I got a whole bunch of shit going. So if you
now who being the victim?
Huh?
Now who being the victim?
I'm not being a victim. It's you, nigga. I'm responding to you talking about I don't remember. You're talking about bet money. Bet the fucking money. Tell me the premise and I'll take your fucking money.
Right now, Fantastic. I'll give it to you. I can see, bro. It's been a minute. You all the shit you just said is true. I'm saying, and I didn't say this, so I apologize. I'm saying in that moment when you said that you couldn't have told me.
I could, I could, but it was
okay. So now you understand what I'm saying. I worded.
I got
it
you. We on the same page. It's cool. It's cool.
So
But I'm just, man. We coming up on 3 hours, man. So like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff that I've said, everybody else said. I'm trying to keep up with everybody.
That's fantastic.
Plenty of fucking premises and shit, bro.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm apologizing because I realized I didn't word
it.
It's
cool. It's cool. It's
I made it seem like I meant right now.
You're on the same page. So this is what I'm saying. Beans, to your point again, bro. And I disagree with that premise. So we can stick with that right here, right? The whole freedom shit, bro. The freedom is because of the country, brother. Because I can literally point to you to other like 7, 8, 10, 12, 30 other fucking countries where you don't have freedom because of the country. China, you literally don't have freedom because you live in that country. Okay. Because you live in China, you don't have freedom. Because you live in Russia, you don't have freedom. Because you live in North Korea, you don't have freedom. You have to do what the fucking government tells. North Korea specifically, that'll be the best example. Okay. You do what the fuck they tell you to do. And if you don't do it, not only do you suffer, your whole bloodline suffers. In North Korea, bro, they locked the family up, nigga, the legacy.
Yep.
Okay. So your understanding of things, or your understanding, your perspective. Okay. And we all have rights to our own perspective, right? You may not agree with what he's saying, but saying what he said is corny when that's the way he sees things. And he sees America as the fucking land of the free, the home of the brave.
Right.
But even we talk about the country itself, it says it, right?
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Begging your pardon.
Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
Will you accept definitions?
Sure, go ahead.
Freedom, the ability to do, think, or say what you want without restraint. Can you say whatever you want to do without restraint in America? Please be genuine. I'm not trying to debate. Let's just conversate. Can you do anything you want to without restraint?
Yeah, you can.
So you just got through talking about Marion Barron smoking crack, and you said it was illegal.
That's why I'm asking, what do you mean by restraint? Listen, hold on. Listen, what you're saying.
Restraint means anything, laws, anything against you. That's what it means. Fantastic.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Because when you're talking about restraint, restraint is not the same as repercussion or consequence. That's why I asked about restraint. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being what's the name. That's why I'm asking, what do you mean by restraint?
Yeah,
restraint to me means you're held back from doing something to where you can be prevented.
Yes,
right?
Limiting your actions. Yes.
Okay, so yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Your actions aren't limited. You can do whatever the fuck you want. There will be consequence that follows. And a person, hold on, just real quick. Let me answer fully. So the person has the choice here in America for the most part, because very, very few places even do the death penalty anymore, right? You can do whatever the fuck you want and suffer the consequences after the fact. Other places is like, hey, you don't even get the chance to do it. If you say it, they will kill you by public execution before you get the opportunity to commit the crime. The suspicion of committing crime could cost you your life in other countries, bro.
Yeah, but
your life. So I'm comparing what we were talking about here. Freedom.
You're wrong, fantastic.
How am I wrong?
Because consequences are legal restraints are consequences. That's exactly what they are.
That's why I asked you the context.
Okay, so I'm telling you now. That's why I'm saying let's just communicate and not debate. The ability to do, think, or say whatever you want to without restraint. That includes consequences. That's what freedom
includes. If that includes consequences, that place doesn't exist.
Okay, we're not arguing about the place. We're talking about the word. Remember?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So now I'm asking this. So are you saying that freedom doesn't exist at all?
Yes, I'm saying you don't have freedom in America.
No, that's America.
We haven't gotten through the definitions yet. So can you walk with me?
I'm trying to get a baseline so we can understand. So you saying you don't have freedom in America, but there are other places other than America that you
I'm
have
not
freedom.
talking about no other places, fantastic. I'm talking about right
Well, you
here. I
have
ain't
to.
been
No,
nowhere
no,
else.
no, 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 you can't run. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, if you're saying you don't have freedom in America, you would have to give me a place to where you
Don't,
do
because we're
have
not
freedom.
talking about that, fantastic. We only talking
You
about
have
the
to.
definition.
That's why, no.
So,
You
Beans,
have to.
what do you
Wait,
want the freedom to
fantastic.
do?
I literally asked you, can we go through the definitions? And
Go
you
ahead, go
said
ahead.
yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, so freedom, the ability to think, say, or do whatever you want without restraint. That includes consequences, because legal restraints are consequences. Okay? We agree, right? Can we say that out loud?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, liberty, freedom protected by law or social contract. That's what we have. That's what we have in America. America grants us liberties. America says you can do aspirin, but you can't do crack. America says you can drive 60 miles an hour, but you can't drive 100 miles an hour. It's
And
freedom.
why is that? So
with
why is that,
restraint.
Beans?
Don't cut him off. Hold on.
The why isn't the why is irrelevant because we're not talking about the why. We're only talking about whether or not I was justified in my assessment of this brother saying the country gives him freedom. When a country which is based on legal precedents, including laws and restraints, gives you liberty, not freedom. God gave you freedom.
So now I'm gonna ask the question. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. And I need you to answer it truthfully as I've answered, right?
Absolutely.
So where does freedom exist?
Nowhere.
All right. So hold on. So wait. So why is freedom a word?
Well, because when you say where does freedom exist, I'm thinking about like here as far as countries go.
No. Wait. That's what I said. You got
understand what I'm saying. I'm saying on earth, here as far as countries go, there is no freedom.
So there's no place on earth where you have freedom.
No, but wait, to answer your question, no, but remember what my argument was. That he sounds silly saying that his country gave him that. So you see how that's consistent with what I was arguing?
For your argument, yes. For your
so then why are you trying to act like you got me on something? I'm being consistent.
Not saying I'm not.
I know.
You gotta let me follow up, brother.
Yeah.
Your argument, yes. But the fact that the word exists clearly,
right,
and that we know, unless you're being, extremely obtuse and fucking what's the name, right? That there's no place on earth, as you said yourself, to where there's no consequence whatsoever for what you do. That's why I said the word restraint has several definitions. That's why I purposely heard you say restraint, and I said, what do you mean by that? So we're talking about restraint, and restraint is also prevention. Restraint means, hey, you don't get the opportunity to do something because I'm restraining you and preventing you from moving. I'm restraining you and preventing you from committing crime. I'm restraining you and preventing you from doing an action. Okay. Yes. Then there's the responsive point of it. You do something bad, and then I restrain you after the fact. Okay, which would be laws and all these different things, so on and so forth. Right. So my point is, we know because the word freedom exists, there's somewhere where freedom has to exist for the understanding that we do outside of just the actual word for word verbatim definition. So that's why I hate playing the dictionary.
Should freedom be
game.
aspirational?
I'm almost done. I really hate playing the dictionary game because it's like there, and there, right? It's like fucking read and read. Okay, we know that the fucking all language, but the English language specifically, you have the direct fucking meaning, the literal meaning, the figurative meaning, and then nuance all in between. So that's why I'm saying, bro, come on, dog.
But fantastic. The reason why freedom doesn't exist for mankind on earth is because we've colonized it. It's not that freedom couldn't exist. We don't allow it to. There was a time when freedom existed. There was a time when there were places on earth that hadn't been touched by man. And if you had landed there, guess what? You would have been free. You would have been free to do whatever you wanted to do and say whatever you wanted to say. But any place where man goes, unfortunately, colonization follows, right? And so do rule and law and restraints, right? And if you lucky, you may get some liberties, right? This wasn't a shot at the country. This was a shot at him. The brother, and what he said, which I felt like was super irrelevant, that we waited all that time just for him to say that silly shit that didn't mean nothing and then bounce off the show. right? But so I'm just saying, I'm still being consistent. I get your point. I don't like it when we do the semantic shit either, but this ain't what you said it earlier. Words have meaning, man. They mean something, right? So if somebody using a word wrong, I'm gonna call that shit out, because especially when it's something like that, bro. The country in itself has prevented more freedom than it's given, but especially around the world, right? So that to me, that was just asinine. But what I'm saying to the bigger picture though was the brother who started that conversation when Rilla was talking about the politicians, and he said, man, even when black people get into those positions, they still be messing up. I'm like, yo, that's the bigger conversation. Let's talk about that. Because for some reason, fantastic, I don't know if you ever heard me use this analogy before, and I want to toss it to you. You know how in 2K you can build your own character, but what does your character have to do in 2K? Your character has to play basketball. Yo, you can't build your character in 2K and send him over to Madden. You can't build your character in Madden and send him over to FIFA. He got to play the game that he is in, the game that you designed him in. And that's the same way it go for politicians. It's blowing my mind, fantastic, that all of these mayors and shit of these states, of these cities, Chicago, Baltimore, LA, New York, New Orleans, all of these places, they fucking black. And now the narrative is they don't know how to do their job. When the same shit that's happening now was happening when it was white people in charge. Can you explain that?
Listen, man. If you're gonna do the charge thing as far as like white people being in charge versus black people being in charge, everybody's gonna be able to have their opinion when you compare the numbers, right? If you compare statistics to white people and then black people or so on and so forth, and one is better than the other. Anything outside of doing that, it's feelings, dog. It's feelings. So when we do this thing about, and then for whatever reason, if I give something to where, hey, I mean, slavery was fucked up and Jim Crow and all this other shit, but those things aren't going along, then it's deleted and it's dismissed as the way, okay, well, that's how it should be anyway, which I agree. But then there's no conversation to be had. I can never win the conversation if it's because whatever I bring up is going to always be, just thrown away.
No, right. No, fantastic. You're right about that. 100%. I want to say that out loud. You're right about that. The conversation needs to be had and the input is warranted. But think about it. We just had a guy sit on the panel and tell us, well, I'm going to dismiss whatever information you say because I believe that he was cooking the books. It's the same thing.
Okay.
If we make that same kind of argument, we're going to get dismissed too. But when he make that argument, somehow it's validated.
No, I agree. If that's all he says and he doesn't give the context of like, hey, what was the actual knowledge of the numbers and shit beans, you are 1,000% correct. Okay. But then at the same time, in the way he was speaking and what he was talking about totally, and he's telling you from experience, you can't just completely totally throw it away because he may be using nuance and things that we don't understand because it's not our profession. And that's not me making cop and pleas for him or giving excuses and things. It's just like anything. You're a music guy, right? So if it's something concerning music, right, and you say it, another music producer, person that does beats and knows music may understand it. To them, it's clear as day, right? Or you assume because there's another music person in the room, you're having a conversation to where everybody does that. And I think that happens more often than not. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Aaron. When me and Aaron have conversations, we get into the engineering aspect of it. We just speaking freely. But to no one that has an engineering background or mechanical, electrical background, we speak French. So I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm getting that for those. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I'm not copping please. I'm just saying that may have been the case with Diesel. And I'm
not. Yeah, I'm not saying.
Shouts to Diesel. Yeah,
so I'm not saying he was wrong. If I believe they cooking the books, of course. But I'm saying, bro, all we got to go off of is what we got to go off of.
Exactly. And like I said, if you do that, also being to your point, right? If that's the case, now none of the numbers matter. The numbers are always lies. And you can never rely on statistics. So you're 1,000% correct on that. If that's the case in which he's speaking, yeah, you're correct.
That part right there. So now I want to throw you back to the topic. Fantastic. 5 of them, less than 1%. Do you really think that we need to make an enemy out of these people?
Yes.
Because the women ain't gonna be on our side with this.
I don't give a fuck what the women.
Take up this battle on our own.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the women. I think again, this isn't just a women thing. Like I said, and it's not a racial thing. I'm gonna say this again. This is a straight people versus non-straight people thing at this juncture. right? And all the evidence is literally right there, right? So the man was asked a question about trans whatever, and he was shot at that moment. Okay, with bullets that had pro trans and pro LGBT stuff inscribed on it. That was declaration of war against straight people that have an opinion about non-straight people. And I think all people of all races should be concerned. Again, even though you're saying it's 1% being, I'm not just saying the 1%, right? I'm talking about the 1% of the entire population and doing the same thing and applying it in the same way that they do a per capita when they're talking about black people committing crimes. If and when we did this, and beings, because it hasn't been done yet, we don't actually know how exorbitant the number is. But I know this being just from my fundamental understanding of mathematics, right? If you have 0.01% of it's not 0.01, but it's 0.0 something percent of trans people that make up the country. Okay.
Yeah.
When you divide anything by that, that's going to motherfucking raise the number like crazy. Okay. And even more so beings, now we have a smaller sample size because we're only looking at mass shootings. So if you got 35 mass shootings, right? And 5 of those mass shootings are committed by trans people. And then throw out of those 5 mass shootings, 5 or 6 of the people were children. Okay. Once you do all the numbers to that shit, beings, we're talking astronomical percentages and unbelievable fucking issue and problem that if you did the numbers on anything else, this would be something that would be immediately fucking investigated. It will be something immediately that everybody should be talking about and want to be talking about because it's a threat to society by the overrepresentation. That's all I'm saying. Again, take all and I'm take out trans, take out LGBT, take out race, take out gender, take out all that other shit. Just strictly mathematics. If we look at this mathematically as a group of people that were doing this to that number of people, everybody would be concerned and alarmed. That's all I'm saying.
If it's 5 out of 35, that's 1/7. I know that.
Yeah, sure. But listen, but beings, now you have to make it exponentially by the representation of that total people in the population. That's why I say per capita. So the trans community represents a very, very small percentage of the entire population. When they do those things, they're doing it. You got. So that's what I'm saying though. So if they're less than 1% of the population and you have 5 occurrences, beings, that's already exponentially high, bro.
I get that you're making but see, this is what I'm saying. You got to understand this. Fantastic. I understand that you're making an argument. So because you're making an argument, it's rational. But what I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, I just don't think it's a war we should pick right now. I don't think it's a fight we should pick right now.
Do. I definitely do, and that's that. I don't want to get too deep in the tinfoil hat bag or whatever, so on and so forth, because it tells you much deeper agendas and things that are going on, and there's literally attack on just American ideology as a whole, the family as a whole, men and women. Like I said, all this gender shit is contrived, bro. This shit ain't natural. They're purposely doing this shit. They're targeting the kids. They're teaching the kids this shit. Or whatever, bro. This shit is a major issue and problem because people aren't taking it serious. It's only gonna get worse.
Oh man, I want to share a video with you too, since you just said that and get your reaction to it. I want your reaction to this video, but I want to ask you this question where I get it. But fantastic. Again, if we take that 35 number and let's say we remove the racial component and we remove the sexual component, right? Would you say that there was something wrong mentally with those people?
Hold on, ask the question one more time so I make sure I understand what you're asking. Ask one more time.
Out that 35 number.
If
we remove the racial component and we remove the sexual component, what do we have left? Would you say that something is wrong with those people?
Murderous fucking just evil people.
So you don't put it under the whole mental breakdown, illness, and all that.
I don't. I'm glad you brought it back to this. I think the DSM shit was actually a favor because had you not done it, those people would be able to rely on that and say, hey, it's a mental illness and so on and so forth. Even though I think gender dysphoria is still considered that to a degree, right? But I know those people end up going to jail, so I think they pretty much close the loopholes and don't be able to use that as an excuse. But for the most part, yeah, there's clearly something wrong with somebody that would kill innocent people and children in over opinions, right? Over opinions that they don't agree with. I think that's far worse beings than a person that you actually got beef with. A nigga punched me in my face or up the pistol on me. That's a reason for me to protect my life or take his. You feel me? If you actually did something to me, I mean, you know, murder can be justified or homicide or however you want to put it, right?
Right.
But for you to go out and target, you know, innocent people that aren't expecting it, they don't have the chance to, you know, protect themselves, especially children. There's something definitely just evil about that person. I don't want to give them the scapegoat of being, you know, mentally ill prepared or something like that. Now, if you want to just say crazy, as we love to say in the black way, crazy as hell, yeah, I can agree with you. Yeah, them motherfuckers crazy as hell. But I don't think they're incapable and unaware of the actions that they're choosing to do. I just think it's more evil than any of that other shit. They still crazy though.
Okay, I just put the link in the back chat for you.
Okay.
Now I want to see if you want to go as far as she going with it. And you probably know who this is when you see it.
No, I've never seen her before, but let's see. This is new to me, whatever this is. And then we go get Rilla in here and Miss what's the name, and then we go close it out, man. I appreciate you guys' patience and participation. And most importantly, man, like I said, the pushback. This is never a motherfucking echo chamber. I think no matter how much we disagree, we get a better understanding and a better perspective by disagreement. So that's why I always had a policy I've had and will continue to have it. Let's see what you got to say.
If you have been affected by the assassination of Charlie Kirk and you feel helpless, you do not need to despair. We can make a change in America right here, right now, today. If you are served in a business or an establishment by a gender ideologue, for example, someone who is using pronouns on their name tags purposely, you can speak to management and play by the left's rules. Let management know that you do not feel safe giving that business patronage because they are far left leaning. This is a mask off moment. We know what's up when people are using pronouns on their name tags. We know what's up when people are identifying as the opposite sex than they were born as. This is clear as day. Let these businesses know that this is not okay, that we don't want to see these people working. We don't want them employed. We want them to be where they should be, in the darkness and in the shadows, not out in the open, in a functioning society where families need to be built.
Damn. Well, no. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what fantastic on. Yeah, that's what
brother. No, brother. Listen. I don't listen,
nigga
man.
on.
Listen, man. Listen, bro. For one, I don't even know how that's on YouTube, Beans. That's crazy to me. Like, listen,
Yeah.
YouTube man, I never blocked nothing. I got the goddamn post after that shit. But nah, man, listen. I listen. Even as much as I may not agree with the lifestyle of, I don't. I've been on record saying this. I don't agree with the lifestyle of, you know, that so on and so forth. But people can do whatever the fuck they want to do, right? I don't think someone should be stripped of a chance of making a living and all these different things and so on and so forth. Now, a person that's clearly one gender that's acting as another, I don't think they should lose their ability to maintain a livelihood and make money for themselves and survive. But at the same time, I shouldn't be forced to call them whatever, right? So if I see a man with a fucking beard and this nigga got on a wig and a skirt, you know what I'm saying, and his motherfucking hands and feet as big as mine, I'm not calling him ma'am. I'm not, you know, whatever. If I have to deal with him, I can deal with him in a professional capacity. I'm not that offended by a person, you know, being whatever they are. But you know, hey, don't, you know, it's ma'am. Listen, brother. We finna be two niggas fighting, okay? We finna be two grown ass men, goddamn, getting into it. Cause you're not finna make me live in your delusion. That's the way I look at it, Beans. I may not agree with the shit, but I don't believe in being directly disrespectful to people. I've been around, you know, those type people or whatnot, what have you, the T people, right? And I haven't had issues or problems. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I've never had like an extreme, but I think the extremism that exists in that group is purposely not being talked about. And it's a major issue and problem that's festering and is going to get just bigger, right? But you know, that's another thing for another day. But
Man,
let me get
I want to get your reaction to that, boy.
yeah, that's wild, bro. I like YouTube better not never. As long as that video up, all mine better stay up. But Miss Plum, did you have anything else?
Yeah, let me step out. It's kind of loud where I'm at. I'm with you on that. What you do, in your private residency or whatever. What you do on your own time with your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is your lifestyle. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm not concerned with that. I do have a problem when you are pushing it though. I do have an issue with them doing it in the schools. I have an issue with them, just making it like you gotta force feed us. We not out here forcing our lives down your throats. You don't, we're not doing that. We're not bringing our lifestyle and say, hey, you got to be this, that, and the third, or we're not doing that. Everybody going about their business. They, living their life and they, working their jobs and whatever. But we're not out here pushing, our agenda, if you want to use that. So, for me, if it floats your boat, that's your thing, right? But I don't feel that you have to push it and make me, um, respond to you that way, or you got to do this, that, and the third. Not necessarily. If I'm being courteous, I'm being professional with you. I come into a business and you got that on your name tag, and I look at you, and your first impression is what I see, and I say, hey, ma'am, or whatever, don't flip out on me because I'm going off of what I see. I may not even look at your name tag. I may be across the room or across the store and I see you and I see you are a female and that's what you were, but you identify as something else. So don't get upset with me. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just calling it as I see it. That's my perception. And you shouldn't, get mad and hate or and say I'm being disrespectful because my perception is this. So just like you got your perception and you perceiving yourself as okay, that's fine. That's your thing. So don't knock me for mine if if I'm responding or I'm acting a certain way. As long as I'm not being rude, disrespectful, anything like that, I don't care about your lifestyle. And I don't feel like you need to push it like, like they're doing it, like they're trying to get it out in schools and stuff like that. I'm not down for that.
All right, cool. Rilla, what you got for us?
Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm actually I'm at the venue now. I just got one question for you, fantastic. It seemed like the young blood was schooling the old head earlier, man. Seemed like he didn't acquiesce to saying pause. Did you learn anything from the young blood from this morning's conversation, good brother?
Hell no, I told him. Shit, he had to learn to say pause. Yeah.
I'm out of here, man. I'm finna go check little brother out, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace, fam.
Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you, Rilla. Kish, what you got for us, Sam?
Hey man, shout out to Fantastic. These discussions definitely need to be had. Shout out to you for your work in the manosphere and trying to shift the culture and black men's mentality. So shout out to you.
Appreciate you, bro. Beans, we'll close this out, man. What you got?
Yeah, man, I'm glad I caught you live. Dope show. I didn't know you had this many subscribers. Congratulations on the success. And man, I can't wait to do it again, bro.
For sure, man.
And also what I ain't gonna remember it now. It was something that y'all did a little while back that that I reacted to. I can't remember what it was. I wanted to tell you. I think you brung the fight. I just got a lot of appreciation for us thinkers.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I respect it, man, for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I'll check it out though. I'll look in and see what it is and see what you're talking about. I'll figure it out.
It was something y'all did on Hampshire a couple of weeks ago. I reacted to. I was like, okay, this the fantastic that I know right here. But keep doing your thing, bro.
Hey, appreciate you, fam, for sure.
Salute.
Yeah. Hey man, greatly appreciate you guys for being here to have this conversation, man. Like I said, I don't have an audience. I don't have a I don't have a channel. I don't have a platform. I don't have anything to speak to. And trust me, believe me, I would not be up this motherfucker talking to my goddamn self. Okay, I would not be just looking at this camera and motherfucking speaking into the motherfucking the pearly deep, as they say. Let me get these super chats, man, and I'll get y'all up out of here so you can enjoy the rest of your sad day. Okay, and y'all know what sad this is for. Okay. All right, y'all know what happened on Saturday.
Don't let every man hit the bottom of your vagina, the root of your vagina.
But they don't know about the bottom. They don't know about the bottom.
Yeah, that
All right. Y'all know what the weekend is for, baby. Let me get these super chats out of here, man. Shout out to OJ for the 5. Really appreciate you, brother. Is there black trans people shooting up schools? None that I know of. None of note that I can remember. I don't even think there's a black trans person that's been involved in any mass shooting or something like that. Not that I know. I may be wrong, but I'm not sure. Shout out to America's First Rifleman. Hey, greatly appreciate you, brother, for the 5 memberships. Gift of my 5 memberships. Please give him a thank you, man, if you received it. Shout out to him, man. The Bell 5,000 for 5. Thank God Beans didn't get a chance to debate Charlie Kirk in public. He would have set black people back 30 years. Shout out to Deborah Leonelli for the 5. Greatly appreciate you. After this new info today, I promise you a change is coming. Normal people who aren't political are seeing this. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Let me play this and then we get out of here. Again, man, Miss Fantastic 824 on all social media platforms. That's on Twitter. That's on Rumble. That's on Instagram. I got a Facebook page. Shout out to people who watch me over on Facebook page, man. My one like I got over on Facebook. I think I know who it is. Let me see. Hold on. Shout out to my man Nate, man, for watching me on my Facebook page. And TikTok. I promise. I don't know, man. I ain't even lie to y'all. This TikTok shit, I just can't get with it. It is what it is. But of course, here on most importantly, man, home on YouTube, man. Again, greatly appreciate you guys for all the support. And that's that on that one. Catch y'all on the next one. Holla, we out. Oh, go Dogs. We got the motherfucking win, goddamn.